Hi. Um, I don't know if a lot of you are here yet, to be honest. I haven't really looked at the stream manager because I keep messing up. I keep forgetting to change the title and stuff. So yeah. But I am live now, so hello, welcome. Um, I'm sorry, I'm like handling some things. So yeah. um, I'm today going to be making the weapons for our MG High Neo. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm a bit distracted. I think so. To I'm trying to do stuff. Say hi to the cat, I guess. Hi. Look at that face. Who's the baby? Yeah. Let me pan down a little bit. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Look at the face. Okay, back up here. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I'm a bit distracted, but that's because this is the first time I'm streaming and I have kind of like music in the background. So, well, in the headphones as a background. So that's why I'm a bit distracted maybe. But I'm trying to get used to it so that I don't just kind of talk into oblivion for how many hours that I'm streaming. So yeah, um, I think let's just get started. And I think Fluffy will agree. Let me show you. She's chilling. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry for the mess in the background, by the way. Oh. Sorry for the mess in the background, but my room is kind of a mess. Because I haven't cleaned up in a bit. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Okay. So, if you wanted to know where we're at, I don't know how to show you guys. So this is our high news so far. Completed everything other than the weapons, kind of. Let me. I'm not sure how to show it in the middle. But yeah, so this is our high new. We had a few mishaps here and there, but look, it's looking kind of nice and complete. So we're just gonna have him on the side for now. And I think first things first, we need to do the beam rifle, which is the first thing that it's telling me to do. So let's get started on that. I don't know if you guys will hear this. I always love the sound of the opening of the DSPIAE nipper. Uh, I'm going to be looking for G and D first. So if I'm kind of quiet, I'm sorry. Oh, I think this is the complete ones. Did I not put these elsewhere? Oh, also, so if you didn't know, we have a different thing. We have a different manual, and I'm not quite sure what this is for yet, but we have weapons on this manual too. So after we build this, then I'll check this manual out, and then we'll see what goes on. So yeah, let me just put this away first before anything. Let's find G and D. Is this completely done? I think it is completely gone. I have so when I got the kit, it was kind of separated into three, and I have hold on. So I have the third, like the middle section of my box as like place where I put all the runners that are finished. Where are you going? She's leaving me. I feel kind of sad. Yeah. So she's kind of leaving me. I don't know what to do about that. I feel sad kind of cuz it's like my only friend doing this stuff. Anyways, since Fluffy has just disappeared, let's find oh, we found D. Let's find our other things that we need. This is PC, so I'll probably just separate that. This is T. This is the base. This is P. This is S. Okay, so this is the higher ones. I don't know what this is for, but this looks like a back piece. This, I don't know what's going on. Huh. That looks like a back piece. I don't know if that's supposed to be for the back. Maybe? Oh, maybe it's like a different style? Like, cause from what I'm looking at, like they have two types of clear parts. Oh, this is G. This is also G. Okay. So they have two types of clear parts, and the clear parts are either like this one, or kind of curly like this one. I actually don't know if you guys can tell the difference. Let me switch so I can see. I don't think you can tell like a difference. Oops, my lamp. But here, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell, but this is kind of, it's glittery. There's like little specks of glitter on this one. There's nothing on this one. Oh, there's something. I think. Oh, there is something on the shield, I think. Oh, no, there isn't. But this is less opaque. This is more opaque than the other one. The other one is clearer. I think this is a better comparison. I don't know if you can tell. I think there's a slight difference on the camera, but there's like kind of a difference, so, you know. I'm not sure what the other one is for yet, but, you know. We're just gonna figure it out step by step. So, let's get to it, I guess. There's only one D part, which is 8. Is this 8? I think this is 8. So let's get started with that. So, I don't know if you guys knew this already, but I think if you follow me on Instagram, you'd know this. A few weeks ago, I think, I posted on my story about a song that I'm like kind of, what's it called? I've been obsessing over. So that's what I'm listening to. It's a Skillet song. I don't know if you guys know Skillet. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know if you guys know Skillet, but I've known Skillet since I was like in the 7th grade, which is quite a long time ago. I don't share my age online, so you probably don't really know it. Like, I'm pretty sure you can tell which like demographic I'm in, but I don't think I've ever shared like my specific age online. So, but you guys should probably already be able to tell I'm like in my 20s. So, that's already quite a long time ago. In the 7th grade, I was like, what, 13, 12, right? It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've seen school, honestly. Also because I graduated kind of early. But anyways, back to Skillet first. I'm listening to their song right now because, I don't know, I feel like it's a hyperfixation song at the moment. Like, I have a thing where I have to repeat the songs until I'm really sick of it. If not, we're just not moving on. So I usually replay the songs a lot until I memorize the whole thing. But this only for like the songs that I really like. So if I'm like just meh with the song, it's not gonna get that treatment. Whereas if I love the song, it's gonna keep going until I memorize the whole thing and until I can barf out the lyrics. That's literally how my brain works when it comes to music. I don't know if that's anyone else, but yeah. Also, I have this sandpaper lying around. I think it was because I took it out of the box and then I never put it back. At least I haven't. So we're gonna use it to buff it up a bit, because it's the 2000 grit. I can't quite see, is the thing, how much damage I've done, which I'm guessing is actually quite a lot because it's not smooth. So I'm gonna try to go back and forth on it. Also, my hair is a bit damp and it feels kind of weird having headphones over it because I just washed my hair. Okay, I think this is slightly better, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Okay, G, right. I think we just need one of them because they're practically the same. So I'll put the other one away first. So yeah. Oh, I also have other like not hyperfixation at this point. The only one I've been really repeating is this song. I think other than that, I've been really into other songs too. But they're all from bands that haven't made a comeback in a while. I think Skillet's last one was like 2019 or something. I don't quite remember. I think it's 21, right? Yeah. So I think their last comeback was like 2019 or something. Or was it like 2020? It's been a few years and it's been a while. And I didn't know that they had another album out. But I don't know, I've just been really into this one song. Like, just been repeating it again and again and again. I don't know if that's like anyone else's thing, but I can't stop repeating it until I got it down. And I haven't got the song down, because also I've been listening to other songs, trying to at least. Oh, the one before this, it was, I don't know if you guys noticed, but, Set It Off. Their songs are really good. And also, I've been kind of listening to that one. So, I've been kind of blasting the Set It Off album more than I've been the Skillet one because I found out about their album first. And then their new album is called Elsewhere. That's their newest one. That's their most recent one. And I've been blasting that to no end, honestly. I've memorized most of their songs. I just don't really like slow songs. So they've got this one kind of slow song I forgot the title of, but that's not really my vibe. So I've been repeating everything else other than that. Oh, but they had a collaboration with Hatsune Miku for one of their songs. The title is Why Do I? It's a really good song, but also it's kind of unexpected. I did not expect a collaboration with Hatsune Miku out of all things, I guess. Like, out of all the things you could have collabed with, that's not one that I would have expected. I don't, like, I'm not gonna complain, because, like, it's good, but also, just, like, not something I'd ever think I'd get from that kind of a band. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or anything, but like, yeah, I just don't think that was something I would have ever expected. So that was really cool. What else have I been listening to? Yeah, I think music has just been kind of on the back burner ever since I hit my like 20s. I feel like it's been a few years since I actively searched out for new music. Like, I feel like back in college and... Oh, wait, what? Sorry, hold on. Is it here? Yeah, okay. So, I feel like back in college and high school and stuff, I actively search for music. Now, not really. It's kind of weird how that changed for me. This isn't going in. It's supposed to. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to push it in. Although, that's not working out for me. That's really not going in. Okay. Should be able to go in. Okay, no. I don't have the strength to do this with my finger, I think. I don't know how to push it in. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. That was a good call, I guess. Using the what's it called? Gloss sander. That's what it's called. You know, my brain is kind of lagging, I feel. Anyways, Um, this one goes this way. I also think my music tastes have changed quite a bit since like high school and what's it called? College. I feel like it's changed a lot, in fact. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it did change a lot. So, back in high school, I think it did a 180 kind of. Oh no, it did a 360. So, in high school, I think I was much more of a weeb than now. I mean, at least compared to now, I think I was much more of a weeb. So, high school, my music was mainly like anime openings, a little bit of like Japanese songs here and there, but also some rock songs, which I still do enjoy now. And then after that, oh, I need to go back to G. Okay. So after the rock songs and the Japanese songs, not really phase, because I'm back to that now, but rather than Japanese now, it's more K-pop. But like, anyways, um, after that period in my life, I think that's the best way to describe it because I don't think I can call it a phase if I'm still in it. So after that period in my life, I ended up going into more like EDM style music in college, like dance music, stuff like that. You know, the um, Calvin Harris stuff. What else? Who else? I'm not sure. I forgot that one. There were a lot of famous ones. Galantis, um, Marshmallow, stuff like that, you know? Like, shit like that. That's more like the college vibe. But also, I think that was because my friends were, well, my friend was more into that kind of music. So it was kind of like a thing where you kind of follow them. Oh, hi! Welcome! Thanks for joining. So, yeah, I think it's because my friends were more into that kind of music. That's why I ended up doing that. Like, ending up, like, with that kind of music taste, I mean. And then, I think it was as I got to, like, working, I ended up liking rock music more again. Because I think when I got back to the office, I didn't really have anything to listen to, and it didn't feel appropriate to listen to EDM music while you work. Like, it doesn't really help motivate me in any way. It's just there with its, like, noisy, I don't know how to explain it. But EDM music, as you know, is kind of noisy, and it's just beats usually. So there was nothing to keep me awake, I guess. So I went back into rock music. I think one of the first things I ever listened to in the office was like Arctic Monkeys. And then from there, uh, sorry, let me grab it. So, and then from there, I think I got back into K-pop, which I was also a big fan of. Sorry, which I was also a big fan of during my high school years, but more to like, I think I was more weebish than I was a Koreaboo in like high school. Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. I think it's because it's kind of hot. I'm gonna turn on the AC. Okay, let's go back to things. Where am I? Oh, we're here. So, this one I can put first, I think. But yeah, so that's. I think my music taste has just gone through a full 360. Anyways, how are you doing? How was your day? Because I think I asked, like, how was your week yesterday, right? So, it'd be easier for me to ask about your guys' day today rather than, like, your full week because the rest of your week would not have changed. How would that have happened, I feel? So, yeah. How are you guys? How's your day? Did you guys have a good day? I feel like, um, today was kind of unexpectedly chill for me because I ran out of work to do. I finished all of my stuff that I needed to do, and then I think I kind of just mainly took a nap for a bit because I wasn't feeling too well, so I guess it worked out for the better, right? So yeah. Mine is tiring, but tomorrow going to Bali for engagement. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck. Oh, good luck, man, honestly. Also, it's nice to travel. I haven't traveled in so long. I think the last time I went to Bali, kapan ya? It's like, damn, it's been so long. I think it's like 6, 5, at least 5 years ago. That was the last time I went to Bali. I haven't traveled since. That was like the last time I traveled outside of the country, I feel. I kind of miss traveling. I'll have fun. Sounds nice, honestly. Sounds great. And don't get too tired, too. Because, like, big day. Okay. So, anyways, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. I feel like I'm gonna do this wrong. But, oh, okay, I did not. I thought I was gonna do it wrong, because usually when I'm not sure which way it goes, I put it in the wrong way first. Okay. Okay. So that looks kind of like a syringe, to be honest. This looks kind of like a syringe because of the tip. I don't know if it's supposed to look this medical, but I think it's also kind of like because of the clear part, it looks kind of medical. Okay, bazooka. So, G3 and 11, which is what I'm gonna need. It says for stickers on the third one, but I'm gonna put that for like the last one because I don't feel like I'm gonna do that now. Like, I think I'd rather do it after everything is done, so that I get to clean up everything like perfectly first before I add any stickers, so it doesn't like add to the flaws that already exist. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the plan. After the weapon, you're done or still have more steps to go? Should be done, but so we have this manual, right? This one, and it has up until the weapons, but then there's this manual, which there's some sticker placement and like decal placement at the back, but there's also some building at the front, which I'm not sure what this is supposed to be like for, because I think this is how you're supposed to equip the weapon, but also at the same time I think it is like additional stuff, because you can take out the front part of the, what's it called, the armor, a little bit of the, what's it called, the calves and stuff. So I think this is like augmentation, kind of, but I don't think I'm gonna do this one on live because it doesn't feel like I don't want to take everything off, but I might just cut out the pieces and assemble the pieces. Like, these need assembling, but then I won't attach it because I need to take these out. So yeah, so it should be done after the weapons, but we'll see what time I finish up, and then if I still have time, then I'll continue on to that and then build that, but like just cut everything out basically and build what can be built without touching the actual gunpla itself. So yeah, that's today's plans. Hold on, let me cut everything else before I get back into it. Okay. Oh, I went around talking about the music that I've been listening to just now. Well, not around, but like just like by myself, I guess. I've been rambling on about the music that I've been into, which if you weren't here to hear my very long rambling, hold on, let me find D11. If you weren't here to hear my very, very long rambling, right now, like my hyperfixation kind of song is basically Skillet and also Set It Off. So I don't know if you know that band. I don't know if you guys know that band. But they're, well, Skillet is rock. I'm not sure if I can call Set It Off rock, but I think I can. They're pretty, I think their genre is rock. I'm not quite sure. But they're both pretty pleasant to listen to. So, yeah. So what kind of music do you guys listen to? That's the question I was going for. 'Cause I don't know. I know that like a lot of people listen to pop music. I'm not really into that at the moment. Like I used to be more into it rather than now. I think the last thing pop-ish I listened to was like PS5 by Salem Elise, because it was because it was a collab with TXT, which is a K-pop group. And I was curious, and also I heard a snippet and I actually really liked the song, so I ended up listening to it. But other than that, I don't think I've went ahead and like purposefully looked up a pop song. Oh, wait. At least not in like how long now, that I think it's been years that I haven't like looked up a pop song in itself before continuing on to like other songs. I feel like, yeah, it's been years, man. It's been how long, yeah? At least 4 years since I purposefully looked up a pop song. It's been so long. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like my tastes have just changed a little bit. It's, like I've said before, it went like a full 360, because I used to like a lot of rock in high school, and then it turned to EDM, and then I went back to rock. So I think, yeah, 360. Um, you know Mocha or? No, I don't. I don't know how to pronounce that also. Not sure if that's pop or jazz. Ah, okay, so that's probably why I don't know them. So pop isn't something I look for, and neither is jazz. Not that anything's wrong with the genre, it's just not really my thing. And like, I just haven't really found anything that from those genres that make me kind of stop and want to take a look around, you know? Because also, I get really sleepy when the song's kind of slow and nuanced. I don't know why. I'm not great with ballads or anything of the sort. Like, pop music as well, like, I have a threshold of how slow I can take songs. If they're really slow, I'm just gonna like fall asleep to the song. Which is why mainly I listen to rock songs, because they're kind of more like the beat is harder to ignore. I guess that's like the best way to explain it. And I don't really listen to EDM anymore because there's no words, you can't sing along. And like one of the things that I look for in a song is something you can sing along to. So I guess that's why. Rock, what band do you listen to? There's a lot. I listen to Skillet, which is what I'm listening to right now actually. I don't know if Set It Off counts as a rock band, but Set It Off. 1000 Foot Crutch. Oh, I forgot the name. The one that sang Heaven, Wrong Side of Heaven. That one, I listened a little bit to them. What else? There's more. I don't remember the name. The one that sang that song that really, I forgot the name. Hold on, let me think. They sang, what, yeah? I forgot the name. Let me search it. I have a Spotify, so let me search that. I'm curious now, cause oh, the one that Wrong Side of Heaven is Five Finger Death Punch. That's what they're called. Um, what's it called? What is it called? I'm curious. I haven't I haven't listened to that song, like the one I'm thinking of, in a while. So I'm not quite sure. Oh, there's also Ashes Remain, which I'm looking at, but that's not the one I meant. Oh, I meant 3 Days Grace. So they sang songs like The Mountain, and the other one is, I think it's got some angel, I think, or something in it. I forgot. But yeah, 3 Days Grace. Five Finger Death Punch, yeah, that one. I've been listening to their other song from the same album, I think, I Am Sin, rather than the Wrong Side of Heaven, because I know that song for a long time now, right? It's like pretty famous song. But the other song, it was actually kind of like a, how should I say, like, it's kind of not friendly for like people to get into. It's kind of not friendly for people to get into because it's kind of shocking, I guess, in a way. So I didn't really listen to it at first. I only have it around in the Spotify playlist, but I've never really like chosen to listen to it. And that was a mistake because this song is great. This song is good. I've just been kind of scared to listen to it because it was a lot. It was like I don't know how to explain it, but it was an experience. The first part of the song is it's very loud, and it shocks you, I guess, in a way. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, okay, do I want to listen to this? Like, it probably got a lot of screamo in it. Like, do I want to subject my ears to screaming for a few hours? Like, for a few minutes, maybe. If I'm not into it, then it's just a few minutes, right? But if I'm into it, then it's going to be a few hours that we're going to listen to the screamo stuff. I almost said shit. Which, like, I mean, I'm not against cursing or anything, which is why I almost said shit, but I don't want to call the music shit, because it's not, it's just, I don't know, I'm afraid of offending anyone about that, because I don't think the music is shit, but it could be interpreted that way if I did say it like screamo shit, you know? Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of ones that I've listened to, but the one that mainly I've listened to lately is just the Skillet new album. One song, like, specifically, which is the Standing in the Storm. Shoot! I don't know. Oh, thank God. It's on my pants. Oh, hello! Happy Friday! I'm glad you could join us. How are you? How's your week, actually? How are you, and how's your week? Are you still working? Because usually when you join my live, you're lurking, because you're still working. Oh, hello! I'm sorry for the bad words. I didn't mean to... Like, okay, the bad word I meant, but I didn't mean to call something shit. So that's why I stopped myself, basically. So many clear parts, yeah, it's a lot, actually. Like, it's a lot for my eyes. It's not that my eyes are getting tired of it or anything. It's more like, if something falls, it's not easy to find it. Because that happened last week, and it was quite a big part too. And I couldn't find it until the end of the stream. And then I searched my whole room because, like, who knows where it jumped off to. And apparently it was on my chair. And I've been sitting on it this whole time. I don't know how it even got under me. Because, like, I don't move throughout the stream usually. And I don't think I even had my leg up that day, so... Well, that moment, I guess. Oh, okay. I'm trying to put this in. It's not going in. It's kind of... And it kind of hurts to push it any further. So that's why I'm trying to use the glass sander. Oh, come on. I'm good. Busy week, but yeah, still working. It's only 3:30 p.m. Glad I came right into a lovely bit of panic. How are you? I'm fine, and yeah, that was really stressful. If I lost this piece, I don't know what I'll do. I might cry. Like, on live. I don't know I don't know how I'm gonna react. If I cry, what are you guys gonna do? I want to know. If I suddenly cry, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. I think a lot of you will just like, uh, maybe I should leave. um, I can't even imagine losing a clear part. Definitely wouldn't be able to find it. Yeah, exactly, right? It's so hard to find clear parts, honestly, cause like I can use a flashlight to kind of find where this. It's not sticking, y'all. This isn't working out, by the way. I don't know how to push it in any further. Like, yeah. I mean, you could always use like a flashlight to get it to cast a shadow and stuff. Did I break it? I didn't break it, but I lost it. What the heck? Yo! Oh no. Okay, let me think. Because that's gone. I don't see it. I don't see it! Where'd it go? Oh no, that was like a really small part. Oh no. Worse than the clear part missing, actually, this one. Because I don't think I'll be able to find this one. This is a really small piece. Shoot. Is that it? No, that's not a piece. Shoot! What? Is it detrimental? Not really, is it? Where did it go? Where? 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 Where did it go? Wait a minute, whoa. Where did it go? Yo. Hold on, is it on my pants? It's not on my pants. Thanks for the follow. I think that was a follow. Right, yeah. Thanks for the follow. Where's the piece? Where'd it go? Yo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where'd it go? Oh. Oh shoot. I found it, but it broke. Okay, I don't see the other piece. I don't see the other piece. It's gonna look like scrap. It is going to look like scrap. Oh, thanks for the follow. I think that was a follow, right? I heard that. Hold on. What? Wait, where did I... Oh, I see it, but I don't see the other part. Oh, I see the other part. Okay. Wait, where's my cement? Shoot, it's outside. Oh, I hate myself. Okay, let me read the comments first. We'll keep watching. I'm glad you will. But, please don't cry. It's not a broken clear part. It's a broken normal part. But I'd rather not have any broken parts. Okay, you know what? I'll keep this off to the side. I'm gonna keep it here first. In my what's it called? Glass sander, glass file case. So I can get back to it and then cement it after the live. Because I don't think doing that now is going to do me anything good out of it, you know? So, let's continue first. That was stressful. Okay. Lesson learned. I won't be doing that in general. Like, ever again. Like, I'll just not put the part in. I'll just leave it out until someone else can do it for me, because that is not great. That is terrible. That's terrible experience. God, okay. Let's continue with this. Hopefully, without any more that kind of mishap. You know? Like, oh, okay. Wait, what? Huh? What? Eh? What? Oh, I'm supposed to push it back? Oh, okay. So, we'll do this first, and then we'll push it back. That was traumatic, yeah, that was. I hate when parts break or they jump and then, like, I can't find it. I'm gonna cry on, like, I don't want to cry on stream. I'm like, Clarence! I feel like I've made that reference so much that I don't even need to explain myself anymore at this point, if you watch my streams often. We need a cat to cuddle and calm down. Yeah, that's true. The cat came earlier, like right at the beginning of the stream, showed her face, and then she left right as soon as I changed the screen from the face camera to the other one. You can't cry on stream right after joking about it. Also, I will hydrate. Ah! This is a new bottle, because my other bottle is like that much left. Also, this is like the most popular water brand here, so I hope that this doesn't count as something like sponsorship. I mean, sponsor me. Call me. I know. Okay, let me stretch. I don't know if you guys will be here to it will be able to hear my bone crack like last time. I hope not. Last time I spooked you guys with that, I feel. Need to get you relaxed. Thanks. Anyways, I think we should continue. I don't think it's detrimental to the build, and I don't think it'll be too obvious. So I think it'll be okay if we don't have it. I'm glad I found it, but I don't think it'll be the worst thing in the world if it doesn't end up on the final thing. So, yeah. Hopefully it's not detrimental, because if it is, I will actually cry. Oh, you heard it? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd be able to hear it, because this thing told me that it has noise cancelling on the mic. I don't know if that would have counted it as a noise. I guess not. So, yeah. Usually, after like a long day, I can do this one, but I guess my day isn't long enough. Oh, no, I cracked this one earlier. Oh, I can also crack my shoulders. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, ASMR. Last time we redeemed that. I'm sorry. I forgot about your clicking party trick. I'm sorry. But I enjoy like what's it called? Cracking my bones. It feels nice, and I feel better after like cracking my bones. Like I feel less, I don't know how to say pegel. Is pegel bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? I forgot what the English word for that is. Damn it. My brain is like my brain has been, what's it called? It has been traumatized from that small experience we just had. Am I doing this right? I feel like I should be doing this. Oh, I should be putting sticker on that first, but It's fine, I think. I mean, I'm probably gonna take some of this apart to make sure everything looks great. So, so it'll be okay. Oh, we need G too. Oh, hello! Welcome, welcome! Yes, I am stiff, by the way. Ah, yeah, sore. That's the word. I read that as sore because, like, Indonesian, right? I read that as sore. I'm like, Also, if you're not Indonesian and you don't know what that means, sore means afternoon. But the spelling is the same as sore, as in, like, stiff and sore. But pegel isn't stiff. Stiff is kaku. Indonesian lessons with Petit Gal. Also, by the way, if you want Indonesian lessons, I'm like the worst person to go to. I'm terrible at my own national language. I I relearned my slang at like 17, 16, 15, 15. I started at 15. I got better at like 17, to be honest. Cuz that was around when I went to college. Oh wait, I can push this further. Oh, I did not know. This is not the furthest it can go. But it is the furthest I can get it to. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Never mind what I was saying. This, it can go the whole way. Okay. Okay, so this goes here first. And then this, oh, okay, so this attaches to the back to make sure it doesn't move. Wait, what? Is it this one? No, right? Oh yeah, this. Oh, okay. This one. Oh, okay, okay. That makes a semblance of sense. So, there we go. There we go. We're almost done with this part, so we're gonna do this. I'm learning Indonesian. Who knew this stream could be so very? Yeah, I know, right? I didn't think so either. Um, but yeah. So honestly, I'm relearning my Indonesian like starting like 17, 15 to 17. That was when I like completely relearned my Indonesian because I was raised with English at the forefront basically. That's why like I'm more comfortable talking in English as well. And when I went to college, all of my friends were like more into Indonesian rather than English, speaking with it, I mean. And it was kind of not hard to communicate with them because they knew, they understood English and they knew that it was hard for me to speak in Indonesian. But speaking with someone in a different language for like how long, you're probably gonna pick up a few like slang terms and stuff like that. And I ended up being more comfortable speaking Indonesian again because I ended up speaking with them with Indonesian more often. So I ended up relearning my own language, which at that point I knew how to speak Indonesian. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like I completely forgot how to speak Indonesian, but it was not it was not fluent, as not as fluent as I'd like it to be. So I ended up I ended up having to like basically study again. But now I'm more fluent with it. Also because like I went to work with an Indonesian company, right? Like, I don't know why I had to say that because like I live in Indonesia, like of course, well, not of course, but like probability wise it would be an Indonesian company. But yeah, so I work with like people who mainly spoke Indonesian because I worked at like a very corporate office, I guess that's how I would explain it. And like there it's mainly older people, and older people are less inclined to understand and learn English, at least proper English. So their accents are still pretty heavy and also their grammar is kind of all over the place. So either you try and correct them, which not great if you're like in a very corporate businessy company, very formal one with older people as your boss. Not the best. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of rude to correct them. also because they're an authority figure. So either you get along with it or you just speak to them in Indonesian. So I chose to do the latter. So yeah. But I ended up learning more Indonesian throughout the years because of that. So now I'm more what's it called? Fluent with the slang words. I'm more hip with the kids. uh so that's where I'm at. That's interesting. What do you use for language at work? At work at the moment, I'm actually working with a company not from Indonesia, so I am using English mainly. But some like most of my coworker like mainly they're Indonesians, so I end up using Indonesian for communication with coworkers. But for my what's it called? My boss and others that are not Indonesian, we ended up speaking in English. So that's what is going on now. But before this, I used a lot of Indonesian at work because most people end up understanding Indonesian more. So it was easier for me to just adapt to them rather than have them learn a whole new language for me, right? I feel kaku after being sat down all day. Yep, that's true. Me too. I feel like because I work like a desk job, it's kind of um hard, I guess, to not feel stiff by the end of the day. But yeah. And that is the correct usage of the word, by the way, so that's great, right? And also that's how you spell it. So that was good. I feel like Indonesian words are one of the easiest ones to spell out because most of them, at least, yeah, either comes from like English words or they're spelled exactly the way you hear them. Like kaku is K-A-K-U because that's K-A-K-U because that's how you hear it. Like some other words are very English based, I guess. Or maybe like Belanda, Holland. What's Dutch? Dutch. There's also some Dutch roots in the Indonesian language because that we were, I think, before liberation and all, it was the Dutch that was here. I forgot though. They did not teach me Indonesian history at my school. They taught me American history, which why? I don't think I need to know when George Washington came into power. I've never set foot in the Americas. I've never set foot in the Americas. I don't think I ever will unless it's for a holiday. And I don't think that they're gonna ask me when Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves or something like that. Like, I don't think that's going to be a test that I'm ever going to need. So I don't know why I was taught American history rather than Indonesian history. Because I thought it'd make more sense if I learned my own country's history, you know? But it was also because like I went to an international school, so it was like an international curriculum. But also, like, why didn't you teach me Indonesian history? I had like one class with Indonesian history, and that was it. That was literally the only class I ever like had from like first grade up until the 11th grade because I didn't end up like finishing the 12th grade. I skipped half of it. Well, I skipped 3/4 of it because my school had an accelerated thing going on for 12th grade. So your 12th grade was only like half a year, I think, or was it 1 year when everyone else would take like no, it was half a year and everyone else would take 1 year. Other schools by that I mean. So yeah. It was weird. My school was weird. I still don't understand why I was taught American history rather than my own. Because I don't remember any of it. Because I don't deem it important enough to remember. But also, like, I feel like it would have been better for you to teach me Indonesian history. That was weird. Boom, basically fluent. Honestly, you could be fluent really quickly. Indonesian is not that hard. And there's not that many words that are too weird, I don't think. But that's also could be because I live here and I am Indonesian, so I could be biased when I say it's not that hard. But yeah. But English is whack. English is whack. Who who saw a yacht and like, I'm gonna call it a yacht and spell it like that, like YACHT, like why? That's that doesn't look like the way you're gonna say yacht. It's like yacht. It's not. It's not how you. It's not. It's like French, to be honest. That's actually crazy learning American history. Were there a lot of Americans there? Nope. In my class, there were like zero Americans. I think there was like once or twice, but mainly they were Australians, not Americans as well. So if people, um, so we call foreigners bule here. So if a bule was in class, it's usually Australian. So let me find J first because I know where G is. I don't know where J is. I think I tossed it into the. But there's nothing left. Oh, ada. There is. I messed up. Your point is actually makes sense. Yeah. Exactly. Right? It doesn't sound like how it's supposed to be spelled, but also why would you spell a word that way? Also, why would you call it a yacht? That it's like why? What is it that when you look at it and you're like, that thing I'm gonna call a yacht. 100%. That is exactly what it looks like. Like, I mean, I know when you see, like, maybe like a pet of yours or like a stray animal, and you're like, oh, that looks like a Carl. I get it, you know, like some of them look like what you think they look like. Like, you know, if he looks like a Carl, then he looks like a Carl. Even if it, like, it could probably very well not be their name. But it could look like a Carl. Like, sometimes things just have that vibe. I just don't get where the word yacht came from. English is meant to be one of the hardest languages to learn for non-native speakers. Honestly, that is true. The only saving grace for it, for me when I was learning it at least, is A, it was the first thing I learned, and also it has the same alphabet as Indonesian alphabet. So like it was easier to understand how to spell things and like keep it in mind after learning it just because it was the same alphabet. Like for Korean, it's also pretty easy to learn their alphabet actually, because they have like an established alphabet that you can build the words with and actually spell it out with. It's just kind of the way you phrase things is kind of different, and also like grammar is the most different thing, but also some of them, since they're stacked up on top of each other, it becomes kind of weird and you might misspell things because of that, and then you end up with different words. But for like Indonesian and English, since it's the same, it becomes easier to learn. That's the only saving grace I feel like for English, because English is it's a mismatch of so many languages. It's like it couldn't decide what exactly they were going to be. So it took a little bit of everything from all of the languages all at once. It's like a little bit of French, a little bit of like Dutch maybe, and then like I mean, speaking in English, right? You would sometimes just throw in a few French words here and there. Entrepreneur, touche. Like, there's no one in France who'd be like, who would actually suddenly just throw in a random English word after they're done talking. You know? Like, English speakers, they're like, yeah, you make a good point. Okay, touche. Like, no one in France would do that with an English word. Nobody. It's just English. English is just damn weird. Island, alien. Yeah, that's true. it's not it's not as intuitive as I'd like it to be. I think that's my main point. I feel like I'm ranting about English now. But yeah, I think I saw that little skit. Well, not skit. It was a rant as well. I think I forgot if it was a backstage thing or not, but it was a Trevor Noah. Uh, it was the Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and he said those stuff, and I was like, yeah, actually, nobody from Friends would be like, haha, I touch you at the end of a sentence. Like, it's just English, you know? Like, who else would be like, haha, yeah, touche. But Indonesian do that too, to be honest. We made a new word. It's like honestly, but so when you say honest in Indonesian, honest is jujur. And when you want to say honestly, it's not like with the li at the back. We don't have that. But they added that as a mix of jujur and honestly, so it becomes jujurli. It's kind of weird, but yeah, at least it's not like a full word, but also like I don't understand it, but like I mean, sometimes it just ends up being in my vocabulary because I've seen it so often. But yeah. I think English speakers have a lot of nuances too, which aren't necessarily written rules. Yeah, that's true. There's written rules like what comes after what, but it's never really taught. Like, you know, like when you're describing something, there's rules to it on how you're supposed to describe things. Like, I think color, stuff like that, adjectives, and then after that, what, and then what. There are written rules about that. There's unspoken rules about that, but nobody ever teaches you that. So you just kind of learn it by hearing people talk, and then when someone says it out of order, you're like, grammatically, I think it's correct, but why does it sound terribly wrong? And then you just sit there and wonder for a few days because you're not gonna understand it. You're just not. It's. Am I doing this right? I think. Am I doing this right? I think I'm doing it right. I'm not sure though. I think so, right? Okay, I think it is right. It's just not gonna snap in because I think this is what's supposed to snap in. Is it? Wait, what? What? Give me a second. Let me figure this out. Okay. Okay, that's supposed to go like that. The shield is done. Hey, that was quick. But yeah. Love the confusion mid-sentence. Yeah, honestly, this is what you get from watching me, I feel. Like, that's the main thing that you're gonna take away from all of this. It's just like sudden confusion. Sudden pauses, and I'm like, wait, what? Huh? What? How? What? When? Anyways, where's D? Oh, here's D. This is D, right? Yeah. 12 and 4. Where's 4? Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. The 4 ones remind me of the one I broke, so I'm not keen on using that again. Also, apparently there's a lot of words like in English that are kind of like replaceable, I feel. There's so many synonyms for words. Like if you Google a word and ask for the synonyms, like there's just so many. Like why? Why is there so many synonyms? Like I don't need to fancy up all of my words, but also why do you have this many words to describe this one specific thing? I get that some of them like they have slightly different meanings. Like sometimes I'm not sure which words, like none of them are coming to me at the moment, like at the top of my head I can't think of any, but they probably have like a slight difference in meaning where like this one means grab in a forceful way and this one means grab in a less forceful way. But also I just don't understand why you'd have so many synonyms for like one word. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. Like why are you making it more complicated than it should be? Like there's so many synonyms for like happy, glad, joyful. What is the difference? What is the difference between glad and joyful? Like I'm glad, I'm in joy. What is the difference? It is the same emotion. I just like maybe joy is like a little bit more than glad. Like why though? Like you have adjectives and adverbs and stuff like that for a reason. like it's not just, you can express that you are more happy than usual without using the synonyms. Like, why do you have so many words? It just doesn't make sense to me. So many words which add unnecessary nuance. Yeah, that's true. It's annoying to learn. It is so annoying to learn, but also I would rather learn English because it has an alphabet compared to like Chinese, which I have like Chinese heritage, but I cannot write most of Chinese words, nor can I speak a lot of it either. I can speak a little bit of it, but it's not enough to be able to be conversational, I don't think. I know like some random words that I used to learn as a kid because that was a subject at school, Chinese. We had to learn the frigging language. And it was really hard because there's no alphabet. There's literally no alphabet or anything that would help you like determine how to spell a certain word other than, you know how to spell it. You've seen it or something like that. This is scary. Oh, okay, I did that. Oh, don't fall. Don't leave me. Okay, anyways. I've never heard. Oh, wait. I think I missed a comment. Yeah. Indonesia have thesaurus too. Yeah, but like, I mean, how should I say this? Like, I've written so many essays with English because school, and it has just been a pet peeve of mine that I have to make it sound so intellectual by finding synonyms for it. Like, I've never had to do that for an Indonesian essay. It just, like, saying stuff in the formal way Indonesians say stuff is enough. English, there's not really a formal way to say things. Like, you don't have different ways to say you. No matter who you're talking to, whether it be your boss, your grandma, your sister, your friend, it's all just you. Whereas here, it's like we have tiers. When you talk to someone, it's like it could be Anda, which is like really damn formal. Kamu, which it could be like a relationship thing. Like, it's something you could call your spouse. It's very there's an intimacy in that as well. There's also like lu, gue lu. That's more that's more casual, which is something you'd call your friends. So like you have tiers on how you call somebody not by their name. Like, it's just the same word. It means you. But like in English there's only one word to say you. So I don't know. There's so many things wrong with languages. I've never seen anyone so passionate about English before. Oh, I'm passionate about a lot of things, language being one of them. But mainly the ridiculousness of language. Do you have any family in China? Uh, China? No, I don't think. Current family. I've just like my grandparents' parents probably hailed from China, but I'm not I'm not fully Indonesian by blood, I'm pretty sure. I'm like here it's called like Chindo, Chinese Indonesian. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. The tiers. Exactly. So like there's differences in the language which like you can just write it in the most formal way possible. You just like Anda, saya, and then everything would sound really formal, even though the other words that you're using are just like normal conversational words. But for English, to make something sound sophisticated, you gotta use the big words. You gotta bust out a whole thesaurus when you're making an essay. You can't just, you don't have like a specific thing like us, like Anda, like the formal parts of you or me. Like, you just say I for everything, right? And then for Indonesians, there's like saya, aku, and gue, which also saya is like the most formal thing, which is something you'd say to your boss or to maybe your parents if you're not close. Um, and then aku to maybe like a lover or someone you respect but you feel really close to, same like kamu. And then gue is like the most casual one. So we have tiers for that, and it's easier to craft an intellectual sounding essay without any big words. I think that's my point. um, how? When? What? Oh, is it? Is it? It is. Okay. Okay, that's one. Do you have one here too? I'm thinking you don't. Yeah, you don't. Okay. So, I don't know how to put. Okay, that's back in there. Oh, okay, we can put two of them here, right? Wait, what? Oh, you gotta pull this up and then put that way, right? Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry if you guys can't see what I'm doing, by the way. But so you can lift. Okay, let me try to do this kind of backwards like this so you guys can also see what I'm doing. Okay. So yeah, that's my thoughts on language for the night. Oh no. I don't know how to take it out. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I need to push that in, but it's not. Okay. It's pushed in and it's in. Yay! That's all the sabers hidden in their respective spots. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever written an essay in like other than English, because I've only written in two languages essay wise, because international school, that means I have to write essays in English, and then also I have Indonesian language as like another subject, so I have to do that as well. But there's a difference in how you write them, and it's easier to get your point across without using big words when you have tiers of how formal your language is compared to when you don't. Because when I'm writing an essay in English, I use big words that I probably would never have even come across in daily life. And I don't know why that's a thing that you have to do to sound like an intellectual. But it is. It is not the easiest thing to do, though. Because, like, there's so many words that you have to find. Also because, like, I used to edit essays for my friends. Because some of the friends that I had back in high school, they're not the best with English. So they end up telling me to help them edit their essays. I got paid for it once from someone. I also edited their college essays, which got me nice side income, I guess. And that was great. But yeah, so I ended up writing a lot of college essays. Well, editing a lot of college essays. But yeah, English, making it sound sophisticated. You gotta use a lot of synonyms, You have to sound like a dissertation. And honestly, in real life, if you hear someone say stuff like that, you'll be like, this pompous ass bitch. This pompous ass asshole. I can't believe they're using such big words. Like, what for? It's so useless, But it's the only thing that teachers would accept here. I don't know why. Like, when you're writing formal, nice essays, you have to sound kind of like a pompous bitch. So, yeah. I think I missed some comments. Let me see. Oh, I've done essays in German and English. None of them are my native language. Oh, what's your native language? German I've never done before. Like, I've studied a little bit German, but when it came to all of the gendering of like the stuff. Like, I forgot what was what. Like, I think table was masculine, feminine, or something like that. But like, yeah, that was really complicated, and I don't know what would make it feminine or masculine. And I was just like, I can't anymore. I can't learn this language. There's so many like different, like, damn, it's really hard, honestly. It's like, I think Spanish has the same thing where they assign, like, is it masculine or feminine, and like if it's a girl, it's like what, yeah, there's a word, abuela and abuelo, I think. Was it? I forgot if it's, I forgot the word for grandpa, but I know for grandma is abuela. And like usually for girls it ends with an ah. For boys it's an o, if I'm not wrong. This is all from like memory of ninth grade extracurricular Spanish classes. So don't come at me if I made a mistake. School is always annoying for that. In the actual world, it's more about writing more concisely, if anything. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think you want to have a business report with all of the big words and then like have your associates be like, "Excuse me, what is all of this? Like, why are you using such complicated words? Like, we're going to have to like explain this, by the way. You're not gonna just read from it. Like, I don't need to sound, how do I say, like, I don't need to sound pompous to sound educated. At least that's how I think I'm gonna put it, I feel. Anyways, yeah. Assholes are made by big words. That's true. Aren't made by big words. That's true. Danish. Ah, I see. That's cool. I don't think I've ever, I think, is Danish similar to German? I've never really heard Danish, so I'm not sure. I've never heard a lot of languages, to be honest. I've heard a lot of damn Chinese because there's a lot of Chinese back in high school and middle school going on. Like, the classes were, they were annoying because I couldn't understand anything. Because it was really hard. Chinese is hard. I don't know if you've ever tried to learn Chinese. I don't want to learn it again, to be honest with you. It's like one of the languages I've completely given up upon, like, forever. Like, there are languages like Korean, quite okay to learn in my opinion. Like, if you told me to learn it, I would go ahead and learn it. I would not learn how to write Japanese. That is terrible. They have how many types of letters? Hiragana, katakana. There's more than that too, if I'm not wrong, right? I don't want to learn how to write that. That's inhumane. Honestly. That's just way too much. I don't know how you're going to learn like Japanese. Not not easily, at least, unless you were born in Japan, because there's so many different types of like writing, and it just beats me how you'll ever like learn all of that. Honestly, my teeny pea brain would not be able to understand it. Not really. Swedish, Danish, and Norwegian are very similar, but Germany is a neighboring country and it's taught in school from early age. Ah, I see. Cause das tis I don't know how to say that, but that sounds kind of German with the das at the front. Not quite sure though. It's been a really long time since I've studied German. Oh, this. Oh, I think it got mixed up. Not like it's going to matter, I don't think, but okay. So let's just put all of these together first. Oh no, it's not clean. It's not clean. I thought it was clean. Anyways, let me read more. Um, from what I know, a lot of Danish and Indonesian words are the same. Yeah, I think, but I thought it was more to Dutch, if I'm not wrong. Is it? From what I remember, it was more Dutch that's the same, because of like sejarah dengan Belanda, the history with the Dutch. I'm not sure though, honestly, because I haven't learned either language. Dutch and Danish was it? Was it? Yeah, I haven't really learned either language, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I know that we had I know that we have influence from outside language wise, which made it what it is today. I think that's how best to explain it. But I don't quite remember what was the influence. The cat is at the door. No, I think that's my mom. I'm not sure though. My mom went out to pick up my sister, so there. Oh, oh wait. Oh, I did not know this was an option. Hold on. What? Oh, okay. Okay, okay. It's not an option. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I think. Yeah, okay. So yeah, she probably just came home. Not sure if that's her or not, or if it's someone else from my family, or if it's food. But yeah. Wait, you guys can hear the doorbell? So every time someone rings my doorbell, you guys can hear it? That was not something I thought of actually. I didn't think the doorbell would be that loud. But also, sometimes our doorbell doesn't work. So I'm not sure. I'm never sure if we'll be able to hear a doorbell in like one of the streams or not. Cause sometimes they ring the doorbell, but the doorbell just doesn't ring. You know, they press it, nothing happens. Yeah, probably I got that mixed up. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's. I'm pretty sure it's the Dutch rather than Danish, cause that sounds more correct. Like I think Blunda is Dutch, right? And I think our history was with the Dutch. I'm not quite sure though. That again, I did not take any history lessons for Indonesian history, cause that was never that was given to us for one class, and all I remember from it is bambu runcing, which is which bambu runcing. The runcing part means sharp, like pointed tip. I guess that's how I would explain it. So that's all I remember, and that was the only thing that I know. I think that was like the weapon that was used. That was the only thing I remember, and I know that like our Independence Day 17 Agustus tahun 45 because there's a song about it. And then I remember when it was 17th of August, which is the independence, right? We used to have flag ceremonies where we had to stand out in the sun. I hate the sun. I hate the sun. I I hate being underneath the sun on an open field for more than an hour, listening to our principal's speech. Not because I'm not patriotic in any way or form. I just I just don't think that's like necessary to have a like a 1 hour long speech about nation and youth from your principal who is not young anymore either. Like it he's not really talking with like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like he's not one to talk is what I'm saying. Well, there was one time where our principal was a younger woman, but that I still don't think that it counts, you know? Cuz like I mean, what are you going to do to change our nation at this point? I mean, like, you could probably educate us well, but I don't see what your speech is gonna do anything about that. I don't know, I got really annoyed whenever we had to stand outside in the field for more than an hour. I was terribly, like, annoyed with anything that had to be outside, to be honest. I hate being outside. I don't know if you guys can tell. I hate being outside. I'm like, honestly, if I could be a vampire, I think I would. I at least I'd have an excuse to not go out in the sun. I kind of despise being out in the sun. That's why I've gotten This is my pale, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm still kind of tan, considering, but this is as pale as I get, I think. I don't think I'm gonna get any paler than this. So this is my pale. That's how I got this pale. I don't go out anymore. That's how. We all keep close attention to the sounds just in case we hear a cat. I see. Well, the cat is probably asleep on the rocking chair outside, so there's that. There's this rocking chair that I think used to be like for small children that we just never used again. We even like we didn't have it out when she first came to the house, like when I first adopted Fluffy. The chair wasn't really a thing that we had out. But I think we were cleaning out our like storage space, and then mom found the rocking chair. She put it out for a bit, and Fluffy just fell in love with it. So we ended up taking the rocking chair with us when we moved, and now it's her chair, cause adults don't really fit in it anymore. It's really for small children, and if you have an ass of any sort, you're not gonna fit. I still kind of fit because I'm flat. I don't have an ass. And I'm also very small, very thin. So I still fit because I have the proportions of a child other than my height, which honestly, nowadays I could probably pass for a high schooler again, because high schoolers nowadays are very damn tall. It's kind of scary how tall they get, like how quickly and how tall they get. Cause damn, it's like they grew in like 3 hours, you know? Like suddenly they're just already 170 centimeters. I've never been that tall in my whole entire life. I want to be 170 when I was younger. I used to want to be that tall. I still do kind of want to be taller than I am now. Like I wanted to be as tall as my dad, and that dream just never came true. Anyways. Something tells me you were a rebel in school. I was not. I was a weird kid at school. I didn't have a lot of friends because I was weird. I was, well, as weird as I could be, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're all a bit weird at school, but I just didn't fit in with everyone else. We had different likes, dislikes, hobbies, stuff like that. I didn't have a lot of peers that share my interests. So wasn't really a rebel in that way, I guess. It's more like, yeah, I was just weird. Well, I mean, like, they're weird to me, to be honest. I don't understand what they talk about half the time, but they probably didn't either when it came to me, so, you know, we just didn't fit each other. But, like, yeah, I wasn't a rebel. I had friends who were rebels, but it wasn't the nice kind of rebel where I would want to follow that. It was like, because I've got money, I'm gonna go to the club, kiss random dudes that I know from like different grades, and then brag about it at school kind of rebel, which I'm not into. I wasn't into clubs. Still am not into clubs. Like, I don't see the point. I don't want to blast my eardrums off. Probably sound lame, but I don't really see the point in clubs and all that. So, not a big fan. So, yeah. 8. So, yeah. Being a vampire must be depressing as fuck. Is it? Why would being a vampire be depressing? I would like to know, like, from your perspective. Cuz in my I don't know if this will make sense to most people, but I don't think I'd be depressed as a vampire more than I am now. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like I'd be pretty damn happy as a vampire. I don't get to meet a lot of people, which I don't really enjoy going out in public and socializing with random people I don't know, because that's very anxiety inducing. And it drains my batteries, like my social batteries, so quickly. And I don't have to put myself in situations where I would, I guess, like, need to do that, other than with like other vampires, maybe, because we'd be going out at the same time. So I think I'd be pretty happy about it. And also, like, I like sleeping during the day rather than the night. I'm very much a night owl. Oh damn, I don't know which one's F. I just realized this. Are any of you F? Oh, we have another D. I didn't know that. Is this F? No, I think this is R. This R. Oh, I'm starting to memorize it. This is I. Are you F? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but I'm trying to find F. I'm not finding it. Huh. Which one of you is F? Are you F? Oh, you are F. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think being a vampire would be that depressing for me. I don't know. What do you guys, like, what do all of you guys think of being a vampire? Would you be depressed about it? Or would you be happy about it? Because, like, I'm considering this as in, like, vampires are a thing. So you have a whole species with you. You're not the only vampire in the world. You know? If you were the only vampire in the world, I guess that would be very depressing. I would get really lonely, I feel. But, I mean, considering you have a whole slew of vampires, like a whole clan of them, I don't think it'd be that lonely, you know? I don't think it'll be the worst thing in the world. I don't think it'd be terrible, honestly. At least if you're weird, like, to normal people, you're not weird to each other, you got each other, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think I'd be depressed as a vampire if I had friends. This is, of course, considering I have close friends as a vampire who are vampires, probably. I don't think I want to get mixed with humans, because I don't think that ever ends well when you're mixing, like, things that eat you and things that are actually your prey being, like, together. I don't think that's smart. Because what if one day I'm starving and all I have to, like, suck the blood of is my friend? I don't know if I can hold myself back in that condition. Because I feel like when you're really hungry, you're really impaired, judgment-wise. You're going to regret everything after that. You probably don't want to continue living your centuries of life. And as a vampire, you'd have a long, long life. Which, I guess that's also the one thing that I wouldn't probably want. Like, immortality sounds stressful. Because you have so many things you need to maintain when you're not immortal, right? You need financial stability for the how many years you're going to be alive. I can't imagine doing that as an immortal. Like, there's no deadline to it. I don't, like, getting old means nothing when it comes to that. And, like, you gotta keep living. I don't know how you're gonna die other than in pain, like being hunted down, I guess. But I mean, other than that, if I'm, like, stable, though, I think I wouldn't mind being immortal. Stable as in, like, I've got family, also money, and, like, I don't have to worry about all of that. I can just do what I want. I don't think I'd mind living, like, forever. But if I'd have, like, full on responsibilities, like, as a human, like, right now as well, I don't think I'd want to live forever. That sounds like it's gonna be a full pain and a half, you know? I don't know if I'm making sense. I feel like I'm just rambling without anyone actually caring about what I say. The way you make a whole life scenario, you as a vampire has to be. I'm, I'm sorry, but, like, I feel like if you're gonna ask me about that kind of stuff, or you're gonna make me think about that stuff, I'm gonna think about it, you know? I don't know if that's a that's a thing that everyone does, but like I feel like I have to make a scenario, if that makes sense. Cause I gotta think about it. I gotta think it through. I gotta think my answers through. I can't just tell you, like, yeah, I don't think it'd be depressing. And then after I end it there, I gotta explain why I don't think it'll be depressing. Wait, why is this not going in? I feel like it should. I feel like maybe I've done something wrong. Okay. It's in. Okay. Oh, I have to do this again, but at the bottom. That's not easy. I feel like I'm gonna be a bit distracted for this part, so sorry if I'm not as noisy as just now, but give me a second and let me figure this out so that we can go back to talking about other things, like being a vampire, I guess. Not a subject that I ever thought would okay, not a subject that I thought would come up, but you know, that was an interesting moment, I guess. Like, interesting scenario has been brought to life, I guess. Living forever at night, no way. Why not? I feel like living forever is the depressing part. The at night part is the good part for me. I hate I hate mornings. I don't know if you guys can tell. I am not a morning person. I am terrible at waking up in the morning. Terrible at existing in the morning. Terrible at existing in the daylight, to be honest. I get more motivated at night, which I don't know why. Honestly, like it's time for bed. I want to sleep and my brain's like, "What about?" And hear me out. Let's rearrange this whole room. Or how about, hear me out, we get our life together, we finally open like an investing account or something like that. I'm like just sitting there like, it's 3 a.m. Let's go to bed. Why are we thinking about this stuff? And then once it finally settles down, it's like, you know what? Fine, let's not be motivated. I am tired anyways. Let's take a nap. I'm like, finally, let's take a fucking nap. And then my brain's like, but how about, and hear me out, we're going to think of the most embarrassing thing you've done in the 10 years of your life. The past 10 years, these are the most embarrassing moments of your life. Let's play the reel. And then after, it just goes on. And then I'm just sitting there like, okay, probably I should have like done something else maybe at this point. Maybe I should have just read a book so we don't get here. But here we are, listening, looking at the reels of my life. The past decade, what have I done to embarrass myself? That, like, those moments that made me want to shoot myself in the head right then and there. Why are we watching this, brain? It's like to help you go to sleep. It's not. It doesn't help me go to sleep. Helps me stay awake though. We're not going to sleep, are we? Like, no, we're not. We're going to stay awake until you can't stay awake physically anymore. So, yeah, I'm not a morning person, in case you didn't realize. I'll give you another scenario to think about. Living the life of a slug. Well, actually, I don't know what a slug does, so I'm not sure if I can give this the justice that it deserves. All I know is that they're slimy. I'm not actually sure where a slug lives. If they live anything like snails, I think that'd be terrible, honestly. I don't think I want to live as a slug. Because I feel like it'd be quite tranquil if I live somewhere where there aren't any humans. But if there are humans, I don't think my life is going to be anything great. In fact, I don't think I'm going to have a long life. Because the other day, I found a bug in the bathroom. I was like, Mom, this bug in the bathroom. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a scorpion. It's terrifying. And then, without thinking, she took a can of bug spray and she just sprayed it in its face and killed it. And then I looked it up, and it was a harmless, in fact, beneficiary bug. And I was like, Mom, we killed a very beneficial bug to our ecosystem. I feel really bad. And then she was like, that thing looks scary. I don't care if it's beneficial or not. We're killing it. So, yeah. I don't think I'd love life as a slug. In fact, I don't think I'd live very long as a slug. Especially if I have to live somewhere near humans. Because people like my mom exist. People who are terrified of bugs exist. And I will not survive no matter how beneficial I am to them. So, that's a thing that makes me not want to live as a slug. But, I mean, if I'm living like somewhere in the forest or something, or maybe if I'm like a sea slug, that'd be nice. But also terrifying because sea slugs have like predators and stuff. I don't know how I'm going to like run away as a slug. I don't think I'd be very good at that. In fact, I don't think I'd be very good at like hiding myself either. Like, would I be good at catching my own food? Or sea slugs? I forgot, are sea slugs like predatory? Do they have prey? Or are they just full on prey? Are slugs just prey? What do they eat? Actually, I don't remember. But yeah, I think I'd live a very tranquil life if I am not prey. I think I'd prefer being a predator, but also I don't think, well, if I was a predator, right, I think instinct would take over. But since I am not like, since I have a choice to not be a predator, I think if I had to like off something like my prey specifically, right? Like if I was a lion with a human brain, well, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I don't think I'd be able to kill anything. Like I'd feel really bad because those animals that I'm killing are cute. They're cute as heck. I can't kill a deer. That'd be terrible. I don't know. I don't think. I think I'd just live a very short life because I'm not gonna kill anything. I think I'm gonna starve to death. But that's not like as a slug though. That's just like as a predatory animal. But like, yeah, hopefully if I'm a predatory animal, then I'll just have instincts run for that. So I don't have to think about killing things. I don't know if this is making sense. I feel like I'm rambling. Your life is so peaceful that even your brain think you need something to stress about. I feel like because my life is I won't say peaceful, but I'm also not gonna say it's stressful. But I feel like my brain is just an asshole, honestly. Cause I do embarrassing things here and there, and my brain just will not let me forget it. Like it's been a decade. Let it go. Nobody even remembers it other than you. Like the thing is, right, if you ask me what I did that's really embarrassing, I can't tell you because I don't remember. But then, like when I'm in the shower and I'm left alone with my thoughts, or when I'm about to go to sleep and like I'm already closing my eyes and stuff, something will come up. Something will definitely come up and then remind me of those embarrassing things. I'm like, why do I remember? Suddenly, and at this very inopportune moment. Like, it's a terrible moment to have, like, it's the most, it's like the worst time to remember these things, you know? Like, I'm trying to relax. What are you doing? But yeah, I don't know, my brain's just an asshole, honestly, at this point. Moves slow and draws a slime trail. Honestly, if nothing is going to catch me and like I'm just gonna live my life as a slug, I think it'd be very tranquil. I think it'd be very nice. Just running around, leaving a little trail of slime behind me. But also, I don't think I'm gonna live a very tranquil life if I live anywhere near human civilization. Do you know how mean kids can get with animals? I don't think I'd survive that. Also, kids are very curious creatures. I don't know what kind of experiments they'll do on me. I feel like learning that slugs can. I think slugs are like. They can get burned or something with salt, right? Not great with salt. I think if learning about that, I think kids would just pour salt on me for no reason. just because I'm a slug. I feel like that's a thing that's gonna happen. I don't know though. But I'm pretty damn sure something like that would happen if I'm a slug. I don't have the best karma. I don't know how to put this in. It's just not going in. What the heck? I don't know why it's not going in though. Let me focus on this first. Give me a second. What the heck? It's not... do I have to cut this because it's not going in? It's not going in, and I think I'm breaking it rather than pushing it any further in. Why isn't it going in, actually? Okay, that's half of it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, we still have like 2 more to go. I thought we had 1 more to go after that one. Anyways. Oh, hello! Welcome! Embarrassing, like, I'm curious now. You see, the thing is, I can't tell you because I don't remember. I feel like there's stuff that, like, I did that were really embarrassing. I had a thought in the shower just now, like, when I was showering earlier today, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was. But, like, I feel like there's a lot of embarrassing things in my life. I just can't remember exactly what it was. That's the problem. Last call of the day. Oh, cool! Oh, let's not push too much. Yeah, it's just kind of tough, this one, for some reason. It doesn't go in as well as I hoped it would. Ah, there we go. Okay. Anyways, what do you guys think your life would be like as a slug? Because I just answered that question. I don't think... If I lived near humans, I don't think my life would be peaceful. But if I don't live near humans and I'm not being preyed upon, I think my life would be pretty peaceful. At least I think so. I don't know, what you guys think? I'm gonna just stay near darkness. Do slugs like the dark? Is that a thing? Like, what do slugs like actually? I'm not quite sure. That's the thing, right? I wanna put as much knowledge into this scenario as I can, but I don't actually know that much about slugs, so I can't answer that well. Vampires, on the other hand, I could answer because like I've read a lot of things and tropes about vampires. I think I had this book. I have no idea if it's ruined or not because my storage unit has apparently leaked water and some things have started molding, and I'm not sure if this book has caught mold or not, but I found this book like when I was younger, and it was like, I think, how to spot a vampire or something like that. So like I think there was like stuff about Dracula, tropes, misconceptions, stuff like that. It was a really cool book. It was a really fun book to read. Ah, it's not going in. But yeah, so I could answer better about vampires because I read a lot of books with vampire-y tropes. But slugs, I don't remember a lot about slugs. Also, we didn't learn that much about slugs, so I can't say. What did I walk back into? You walked back into a conversation of slugs and vampires. Oh, what would you do if you were a vampire slug? That sounds interesting. What would you do if you were a vampire slug? Is that a thing? I feel like that could be a thing. I feel like that could be an animal. Let me check. Oh, there's runners on my keyboard. Vampire slug. Is that a thing? There's a slug that's black and red. The fire snail is the vampire equivalent of a slug. While the world seems to be divided into cat people and dog people, apparently they're just not everyone's cup of tea. We're not sure if SpongeBob may have contributed to this trend with his adorable cat-like pet snail Gary, but it turns out some people like to keep snails as pets rather than any other traditional pet. But this snail type is definitely not anything like SpongeBob's pet Gary. My phone fell. Let me grab it in a minute. It's probably safe to say that the fire snail looks more like a goth equivalent of snails. The Platyma tweedii is arguably the largest snail from the peninsula of Malaysia. Oh, holy crap, that's huge! It's also known as the fire snail due to its distinct red coloring. Can be found only in the peninsula. Found in an area of about 100 kilometers in radius, 1,000 meters above sea level. Have been intensely collected from their natural habitat to sell as pets. But it's very difficult to keep them alive in captivity, because they only survive in very cool and humid conditions. The challenge of keeping them alive doesn't seem to scare off the terrestrial snail collectors. Oh, that's terrible. Mystical looking snail is a prized possession for exotic pet keepers. So, apparently, vampire slugs could be a thing, just not an actual vampire slug. It's, in fact, the fire snail. I think it was called, right? The fire snail. Yeah, the fire snail. Because it's black and red, like very red. Oh, hello! Welcome to the stream. Ooh, I'm not sure if you know what I do. But we build Gunpla and paint stuff, but today we're building Gunpla. But also apparently we're discussing vampires, slugs, and vampire slugs today. So hopefully it is something you're interested in. Okay, depends what kind of slugs. There are some huge ones, like a leech. Is it? I hate leeches. I hate leeches. I had a leech thing. It was kind of like a leech. I don't think it was completely a leech. It's called pachatir. I don't know if it's a leech, but I think it is some sort of leech. They're kind of small, but there was one on my ankle when I went camping with my classmates for school, and I was traumatized because suddenly there was a whole lot of blood on my ankle, and my sock was soaked in blood because I keep leaking blood after the leech has detached from me. This has gone from a language lesson to a biology lesson. Yes, this is a very educational stream, people. We are going to learn things today. We're going to learn so many things. I don't know. Should we do this like for every stream? Like find something to chat about? Like this week it's slugs. Next week, I don't know what it's going to be, but what about we find a topic and learn something together? I feel very motivated to learn about things now. Leeches terrify me, right? Yeah, terrifying creatures, those things. I hate leeches, honestly. I'm Japanese, Gunpla is cool. Oh, hello. I'm not sure what to say about the I'm Japanese part. I really want to go to Japan, but oh, what was that? I heard a noise. Oh, thank you! I saw the notification, thank you. Hold on, let me read first. I've been wanting to go to Japan, but it's kind of expensive, and since like being from Indonesia, it's the currency is a lot lower than most places, so exchange rate goes up instead of down. So if I'm exchanging like US dollars to Indonesian currency, I'd probably get a lot more than I could I was bargaining for. But for this, I have to save up more than I expect to go anywhere. So that's why, you know. Learning with Petit. Yes! We should do this. And something about birds? Sure, we can do a bird thing. Next week, we'll start off with birds. Next week. When we're either painting or building Gunpla. We'll see. But we can find topics. I can even put a little topic thing on our little overlay so we can figure it out next week. Sounds fun. Hold on, let me see if everything is 6. I think everything is 6, right? Should be? Yeah, okay, everything is 6. So, yeah. This is fun. Maybe I should have like a whole podcast called Learning with Betit, and then we'll just talk about random educational things like vampires and slugs and vampire slugs, because that's educational. Although I feel like I'd be very boring alone. If I ever did a podcast, I'd be very boring alone. I don't think anyone would want to watch my boring ass alone. I feel like it'd be better if I had someone else to do it with. So yeah. But interesting ideas, interesting thoughts. Oh, thanks. Thank you for the follow. I heard the notification, but like I'm not seeing it pop up in real time because I'm using the stream overlay to look at it. And the pop-up on the overlay takes a bit longer because it has a delay, right? So yeah. Anyways, what other things do you think are going to happen if you were a vampire slug or just a slug or anything, I guess, in that sense? We're discussing the important things in life. Also, you are entertaining for sure. But I am answering your questions. That's the thing. I am answering your questions and I am reacting to how you are reacting to me as well. So I'm not alone, kind of. I have some people, or like, I guess if you want to think about it like podcast wise, right? Let's say I have someone like the chat, aka, to exchange ideas with. So if I was to be talking about this alone, I don't think I'd be of any entertainment value. Although, like, I don't know, might try it out. Sounds fun. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let's go back to slugs. How many slugs do you guys know? Actually, I know the banana slug, and I think that's that. Actually, let's have a little research session. What kind of slugs are you guys interested about? Let's see. Weird slugs. Let's see how many weird slugs Google is gonna pop out. Wait, is this empty? This is empty, okay. Let's put everything that's not empty away first so that I can put this away because it's empty. I can throw it away. Oh, I've seen this one, but I don't know what it's called. So there's this slug that's called the bunnies of the sea bunnies. They're really cute. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. They're really cute. So they're like kind of small. They're white, and then they have like little bunny ear looking things. They're really cute. I'm not quite sure what their actual name is, but I've seen those before. So I know they exist from before. I just didn't think of them because I don't actually know their name. But yeah, slugs are cool, but also I don't know a lot of them. I guess not cool enough for our schools to be teaching us about this stuff. I do not personally know any slugs. Really? I feel like there's a few slugs that probably made the rounds on the internet. I don't know, maybe it's because I like animals and like Instagram caught on that. So some of the times I get reels about animals, and I don't know why, but they keep showing me like preserved animals, which I don't hate, but also I hate looking at fish. But they keep showing me preserved fishes. I'm not sure if you guys know this about me or if I've ever said anything like this before, but I am kind of grossed out with fish. Why fish specifically? Because their eyes are very creepy. It looks like there's no sentience behind it, which I mean, probably true for most animals, but at least like when you're looking at cats and dogs, they look like they know what they're doing. You know, like fish, they're just unblinking and creepy. And this is also partially why I don't really eat fish as seafood. Like I don't like seeing their heads on the table. It's really creepy for me. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I forgot. The ones in the UK are tiny. Oh, I actually don't know any slugs here. I've never seen like a specifically a slug. Like I've seen the one that looks like a leech, but they were really small. They were like what? They were like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how small they are. Like they were like probably an inch or two. No. They're probably like a centimeter or two. They were really small. And they were like just purely fully black. And then that's it. Like they were thwarted off with salt. I don't know if that killed them or not. I choose not to know. The one that was on my ankle left after it got a full buffet because I didn't realize I was getting my blood sucked. So yeah. I've never actually seen an actual slug other than the leech. But I don't know if they count as slugs. You have a fish phobia? Would you eat it as a fillet? Yeah, I would eat it as a fillet. I just don't like seeing the face. And like, I don't really mind seeing it alive nowadays. I used to hate it. I used to gag at the thought of a fish. Like, I don't like fish. It's very... ugh. But like, I mean, if the head is not there, I'm okay with it. Mainly, the thing that creeps me is the eyes. So if the eyes aren't there, like, well, the head and the eyes. Because if you just take out the eyes and leave the head with those eye holes, that's also creepy. So, yeah. Would probably not like seeing a lot of fishes that way. But either way, yeah. Like, but if you go to like a Chinese restaurant or something, usually they serve their fish with the heads on. I don't like seeing that. So I always not look at it, and if people put it on my plate, I eat it. But I choose not to go in and like take the fish apart myself. So if someone gives me the fish, I'll eat it just because someone gave me the fish, but I wouldn't eat it otherwise, I guess. What about seeing sharks? Oh, I don't think I've ever said this before, but I had this phase in my life where I was obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with sharks. I loved sharks. Hold on, let me find F first. I think this is F. This is F right here. This is F. I loved sharks a lot. I still kind of do. That's why I have Blahage. Also, did you know there's Blahage that's like really small? I really want one, but I don't have money to buy it, so I haven't. But yeah, I really want a Blahage that's like this small. It's so cute. I want to give Blahage its like little brother slash sister or whatever tiny Blahage is. Like, also, IKEA has whales, I think orcas. I love orcas. I love the mammals of the sea, and also sharks because they're not mammals, but yeah. I don't know, I really like them. The thing though, right? I get really scared when I'm swimming. I know I'm in a public pool and that there's no sharks there, but my imagination's really strong and I can imagine a shark is after me. So, I've never had a peaceful day swimming in my whole entire life if it's deep and I'm not wearing goggles. But I don't have goggles, nor do I prefer wearing goggles. So when I swim, I just swim in the dark, like with my eyes closed. And then to check if I'm close to the edge or not, sometimes I'd open my eyes underwater. But not often, so it doesn't hurt that much. So yeah, but like if sometimes if I close my eyes for too long underwater, I imagine a shark is coming after me, so I have to swim faster, and it creeped me out so much. But yeah, I love sharks in theory. I have so many questions, really. You didn't have any questions before, or did these questions just occur to you because we're discussing fish? But yeah, uh, I don't know. You know what? Ask me your questions. I would like to know the questions now. But yeah, I guess that's interesting about me. I feel, because I don't think anyone else. I mean, like I know some people probably have imagined themselves being chased by sharks in like deep parts of like your public pool because it's kind of dark and it feels kind of like a deep ocean sometimes when you're not really paying attention. But you know, when you're very visual, which I am apparently, um, I'm very much not only a visual learner, but I'm very imaginative. Like when it comes to, and my brain can actually show me things that aren't there, like a schizophrenic. Which, like, I mean, I have to imagine it myself. I don't hear anything though. But yeah, if you tell me to imagine an apple, I'm going to be able to imagine like a full apple. Is what I'm saying. Like I can see it. I can I can imagine it existing, basically. But yeah, so with something that like imagination that's kind of stronger than like I don't know, my dad, if I ask my dad how he sees things like in his head, he doesn't see, like if I tell you to imagine an apple, some of us can imagine the apple like as an apple, like an actual 3D like realistic apple. I know that not everyone can do that. Some people don't see anything, some people just see the word, some people probably see like an apple but not like a realistic apple, like probably like a clip art of an apple, something like that. My dad doesn't see it. So I know that we're all different in that sense, right? Like I'm on the more visual side, so if you tell me to imagine um a shark chasing me in the water, I can vividly imagine the shark behind me. So yeah. I don't know if that was interesting. But yeah. That's that's partially why I try to get goggles nowadays when I swim, so I don't get panicked inside the water and like thrash around, I guess. Wait, where's H? I feel like I saw H not too long ago. This is H, right? Is this H? Yeah, it's H. Oh yeah, it is. Uh, Orcas are literally bullies of the sea. Yeah, I know. I saw it punt like a sea lion, I think, was it? Into the air with no care at all. I felt really bad for the sea lion because that must have hurt. I think it killed it, right? If I'm not wrong. I don't know. They're terrible. They're mean, but they look really cool, honestly. But yeah, that's all that they have there. They look really cool. Uh, I need to get to the bottom of your fish phobia. Okay, ask away. So you're in a pool, frantically swimming and screaming to get away from the shark. Meanwhile, everyone else is just staring. I don't scream, or thrash around like that, but like, I swim a lot faster because I get panicked, and I scream, but I don't scream like, like when you're inside the water, you don't open your mouth when you scream or anything, so you just make the sound like, you know, and then there's just bubble coming out of, like my mouth. So yeah, that's 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 how I swim sometimes because I keep imagining a damn shark behind me. Yeah, it's terrifying, honestly. I think that was also because we just like, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where did it go? Oh, the peeve of having clear parts. Oh, I found it. So yeah, I think it's like, because mainly because there were like movies like Jaws and like um, the Megalodon or whatever was it, that those things exist as like a franchise and stuff like that. So it's been kind of hard to escape that kind of thing. And because I watch those things, I end up imagining those things as well. So I don't know if that helps explain why I'm like this, but yeah, that's mainly the thing. Um, the lifeguard must think you're racing someone. There are no lifeguards. Just let me preface that. There's no lifeguards here. At least where I was like swimming when I was a kid, there were none. Oh, let me tell you a story. So, back when I was a toddler, oh, well, not a toddler. I was not a toddler. I think I was like first grade, so I was like 6 or something. My sister was a toddler though. We're like 3 years apart. And me and my younger sister, we went out to the pool. And at this point in my life, my dad had already taught me how to swim pretty well. So I could swim in the deeper parts of the pool. And I think the pool was like 1 meter deep, which not that deep, but also not a kiddie pool. It's not shallow enough for kids to be swimming in it. And considering I could already swim at that point in my life, I like swimming in the deeper end of the pool because I kind of got practice on how to swim, and like I don't rely on the floor. Kind of. I feel like that was a mouthful for me for some reason. So yeah, I end up not relying on the floor and standing up too much. So that's why I prefer the deeper end of the pool. And at this point in my life, I only had one sister, and she was like kind of, oh, I only had one sister old enough to swim with me. And she was kind of at the stage where she wanted to copy everything that I did. So if my favorite color was pink, her favorite color had to be pink. And if I liked K-pop, she'd like K-pop. If I like pop music, she'd like pop music. You know, stuff like that. The normal sister thing. And at this point, she was not ready to swim at the deeper end of the pool, but she had floaties. But she wanted to swim with me because, you know, she wanted to be able to be like me, basically. At that point in her life, I was still that role model, I guess, for her, so she wanted to copy my everything. And we ended up swimming together at the deeper end of the pool, her and her floaty, me by myself. And I think I left for a bit, like to the bench on the side of the pool, and I wanted to grab something. I think it was a towel or something. I wanted to wipe my face or do something. But the point is, I went to the side of the pool to the bench. It wasn't that far, so it wasn't even like a meter away, I don't think. But I took my eyes off her for a second. We had a nanny there too, by the way. So I didn't think anything of like leaving her for like 5 seconds to do my stuff. And then suddenly I see, like when I turn around, she's just in the middle of the deep end of the pool, and she was thrashing around and she was drowning. So there were a lot of adults and nobody did anything. So I had to jump in the pool because I think they thought that she was playing around. So I had to jump in the pool and rescue her myself. And I was a pretty good swimmer, but like I wasn't I wasn't like I don't think I was good enough to be saving anyone else. Like so I went there, I grabbed her by the waist, and I tried to like take a breath, but she pushed me down. So yeah. I had to take her back as soon as possible before I lost like all the air in my lungs. So that was the story of how my sister almost drowned and took me with her. So there weren't a lot of adults there that I could count on. Basically, that was the point. So yeah. I think there are reports of orcas killing great whites. Oh, I think so. I'm not sure though. I know that it was. I know that there are what's it called? Sea lions or something like that. That was played around with by orcas. They are really like assholes of the sea, honestly. They look really cool though. I love the color scheme. Like God popped off. I don't know if that was something I should have said. Anyways, yeah. That does sound terrifying. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. I had to rescue my damn sister, and my nanny was just looking at her the whole time. She was just like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool. Kid's drowning. It's fine." And then she just ended up like kept talking with her friends or like her. I think it was. I'm not sure, but she was on the phone. She was on the phone a lot. She didn't really pay attention to us. So yeah, terrible, terrible nanny. Didn't do her job. This is not going in. Did your parents see? We went without our parents. So at that point in our lives, my mom was still working an office. Like she had a business. My dad was still working at an office job, and we went like around like after school, which was around the time where they would still be working. And that's why we had a nanny with us, because they couldn't take care of us themselves like 24/7. So they ended up getting a nanny. There was also my grandma, but I think my grandma was taking care of the house that day. So we went with my nanny instead. So yeah, that was the experience that I had with swimming, I guess at a younger age. Yeah, lifeguards weren't really a thing. It's not. They had people that they called lifeguards, but they didn't do jack shit. They weren't there to look over the pools either. They were basically just the employees that were walking around the establishment, kind of. They didn't really do anything. That was it. So yeah, that was the story of the pool, I guess, of drowning, almost drowning. I'm glad she survived, but you know, that was terrifying because I think the only thing that I was, oh crap, did I do this wrong? Oh no, I didn't. And the only thing that I was thinking during her like moment in the water was like, oh, mom and dad's gonna kill me if she dies. So I was like, you ain't dying on me, sis. Not today. I'm not getting scolded for this bullshit. Because she was the one who wanted to follow me into the deep end of the pool. So it was on her. I don't want to be scolded for her death. Or if she gets hurt. I don't want to be scolded for that. Like, I can talk about this in this way because she survived. If she didn't survive, I don't think I'd be able to laugh like this about that. But like, yeah, that was terrifying. Honestly, in all honesty, that was the most terrifying moment of my life, of my tiny little life until like that point. I don't think I've ever been that scared for anyone, including myself. Cause again, she like pushed my head underwater to try and take a breath. She was thrashing around, cause she was drowning. So yeah, I do not recommend bringing your like any children to the deep end of the pool until they are ready. Do not recommend at all, because they're going to thrash around if they're gonna drown. That's not great. It's gonna be hard to rescue them. And they're not gonna understand anything about, hold up, calm down. They're not gonna calm down. They're going to keep thrashing around. But yeah. Not all heroes wear capes. Yeah, I was wearing a swimsuit that day. There was no cape on the swimsuit too. It was like a tank top swimsuit. I only remember this because I only have a few types of swimsuits I've worn in my entire life. It was either the Speedos that were like professional swimming Speedo kind of things, the one with like short arms and short pant legs, or it was the spaghetti ones, the spaghetti tank top with like the V cut at the crotch area, because those were the only types of swimsuits I've ever worn. That's the only types of swimsuit I was ever bought. Oh, I think I had one where there was a skirt, but I didn't like that one as much because it impeded movement. This isn't going in. Ah, okay, there we go. But yeah, that was an experience. I don't know how I got there from. Oh, it was the lifeguard thing because of swimming. Oh no! I did it right. Okay, I thought I did it wrong. But yeah, this turned from like educational to like anecdotal, very quick. What about lobster? Oh, lobster tastes back. Tastes good. I mean, tastes great. Sorry, my brain just it turned off. Back to the fish phobia. Lobsters are okay. So okay, shrimps, crustaceans. I still don't like seeing the eyes, but they're better because they're just kind of black, you know, just black balls. And that's it. They look like beads. For fish, they look they look like there should be sentience behind it. I don't know how to explain it. But it looks like there should be some form of sentience behind them that they do not have. And it irks me because they don't have it. Like those unblinking creepy ass eyes. Um I'm not as like I'm not scared of lobsters or crustaceans or anything like that because they don't feel as creepy. Like the eyes are just black beads, so it's kind of easier to ignore. And like I still don't like it. I feel kind of grossed out when I see something like with eyes on my dinner table. Like that's not something I want to see. But it's not like I'm going to gag because of it or anything. It's just kind of gross. I don't like it. And I feel very like I pity it basically. Like I'm like I'm sorry you ended up as my food while eating it. Like yeah. Um Fish on the other hand, just big no. Terrible, terrible. Very they should have sentience behind those eyes. There's just no way. But it doesn't look like there's any sentience behind those eyes. It's creepy. It's creepy. When you're in a restaurant, are you like visibly affected? When I'm in a seafood restaurant and they have tanks and tanks of fish, I don't look at it. Sometimes Chinese restaurants they have like tanks and tanks of fish and seafood. I don't look at it. When I go to the grocery store and there's a seafood section, I don't look at the seafood section either. Uh, and if someone like in my group orders fish, I just don't look at the fish. I don't look in the direction of the fish. And if I want some fish, I'll just tell someone to get me fish, to get me some of the meat. But usually, if I go with my parents or someone like or something like that, then they usually just end up putting fish on my plate because they're like, eat, you should eat, you know, fish very good. This one tastes very nice. This one tastes very fresh. And then suddenly there's just like a heaping pile of fish on my plate, and I don't even have to look at the fish. And like some of my friends, they know already that I don't like looking at fish, so we don't order fish, or they point the fish away from me, so I can't see the head. I can only see the tail. So something like that. So yeah, definitely taking you to a seafood restaurant if I ever go to Indonesia. Oh, honestly, if you want to go to a seafood restaurant, there's a lot of good ones here, and I love seafood, so my like the ones that I like best though, seafood wise, it's definitely the crustacean section. Like crabs are the best. Crabs, lobster, um, shrimp. But sometimes when I eat a little bit too much of like shrimp and crab and lobster and anything from that family of seafoods, my stomach doesn't take it too well. So yeah. But yeah, that's on my phobia, I guess. Not really a phobia. I don't think I can count that as a phobia. Sorry. I don't think I can count it as a phobia. Does it count as a phobia? Cuz I'm not terrified of it. I just grossed out. I hate looking at it. It's creepy. It's like, I mean, it's not going in. Like, I mean, kind of like a thriller horror movie, like sometimes you don't really want to look at things, stuff like that. So I don't think it counts as a phobia, does it? Tastes like a phobia. I actually like fish as well. It's just I prefer crustaceans. And some fish, I don't like the fishy ones. Like, okay, so I like salmon, but only when it's raw. If you serve me salmon in any other way, I don't like it. Because there's like that fishy smell slash flavor on salmon that you can never really get rid of once you cook it. Fresh salmon, they don't have any like smell or like fishiness to it. It's just that, like it's just fresh. It's just cold, I guess. I guess that's the best way to explain it. I agree with you on fishy fish, right? I like nori. I don't know if that's how everyone else calls it, but it's nori fish. Um, it's the one that people usually use to cook fish and chips. So those I can eat a lot of because like it doesn't quite um, smell fishy. Salmon, I think it depends where it's from. Normally get Norwegian salmon and it's milder. Ah, really? I'm not sure which salmons I'm getting because they don't label it. Um, and also usually I just either I get salmon sushi like kind of situation, or it's usually not at home that I eat salmon. Salmon's a restaurant thing for me. I don't know. I'm not the best cook. I don't think I'll be able to do salmon justice. That's why I don't cook it at home as well. Cause I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up and make it more fishy than it is, like than it's supposed to be. So yeah, I don't really cook salmon at home. So I've never really thought about where it came from. I just know it's salmon. Just know the type, and then I just take it. I think the ones that I'm eating though is probably closer to like local salmon because it's pretty cheap on the sushi that I'm eating. Because the sushi I eat is pretty cheap. I don't really get expensive sushis because there's like a grocery store that sells sushi and I just eat that kind of sushi. There are significant differences with very expensive sushi though, but not enough that I would rather go for like the expensive one every time. Cause I'm not that kind of rich. I'm trying to be that kind of rich, but I ain't that kind of rich yet. So we gotta save up until we're that kind of rich. Manifesting it. Manifesting money. Ow! Fuck. I looked away from my hand for one moment and I nipped myself. I don't think I'm bleeding, but that hurt. That hurt a lot. Yes, I'm okay. That hurt. I'm not bleeding, but I don't think that cut skin either. That hurt a lot for some reason. Okay. Um, uh, I look away for 1 second and I hear a scream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking away and I had my finger like this in the middle of my nippers, and I think I was holding it like this and I pressed a little bit and I got ow. I just I don't think I got injured. I don't think I'm not injured. It's just like I got a little boo boo, I guess. Man. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's not that bad, so it's okay. We're your adult supervision. Honestly. This is like It feels like I'm like the child who's not supposed to be playing with sharp objects, and I'm doing it anyways. Careful when nipping it out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got myself injured. I didn't mean to. I was just not looking in the direction I was supposed to. I was just looking this way for a minute, and I nipped myself instead. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not bright. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest. Not the brightest. Like, I don't know. I'm not the sharpest knife in the kitchen, I guess. What else is the thing? I know it's something in the shed. I don't remember what it is though. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me a second. Let me try to push this in. Oh, holy crap! I've gone for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Sharpest tool in the box, is it? Is it in the box? I don't think it's that. Is it? But good try. I'm sorry. I remember that there was a thing like that. I just don't remember which one was used for it. This is hard. Why isn't it going in? It's not going in. 6 hours straight. I mean, if I could, I would, but I don't think a lot of people would stay for that. Ah! It's not. Okay, let me snip that away, because we are getting to a point where you are getting destroyed. Let me figure this out first. Give me a second. I don't want to break this. It's not going in. I don't know how to fix it. I don't really want to snip at this, because I don't want it to be loose. Come on. Oh wait, am I doing this wrong? Yeah, it is wrong. It's supposed to be this way. Okay, give me a second. Endurance. I think, honestly, I could probably... I'm here, it's only 5:30 p.m. I could probably stream for 6 hours, to be honest, but I don't think I'd have that much content. I don't think I'd be... Ah! I'm terrified of myself. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I think, you guys are probably getting a taste of how... Oh, it's in. Oh, thank God. Okay. I think you guys are probably getting a taste at the moment of how my family feels when I'm building things, because there's gonna be a sudden scream here and there, and they're gonna be, are you okay? So I'm okay. Just building things, and I'm not sure if I've broken anything. Like, really? That's it? That's stupid? No, I'm sorry. I know I'm stupid. I'm sorry. So yeah. This is how it is when I'm building and you live with me and just suddenly there's like a scream. Definitely nearly Halloween with all of these screams. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't, like, I'm very quiet usually when I build alone. So usually when I'm building, I'm like just doing my own thing, and then suddenly there's a scream because I'm scared something might have gone wrong, and my first instinct is to just scream. So at least it's not like fully quiet for like 2 hours and then suddenly like scream here and there. Why is this not going in? I'm confused. Okay. It's not going in. Well, that scream got me when I do drive-in game too. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to mess this up because this is an expensive kit. But I feel like I'm messing it up. It's not going in. I don't know why. It's harder to do this than before. I'm gonna scrape away some stuff. Because I messed it up already and now I need to scrape stuff away. Okay. 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 This should be enough. No. Okay. Okay. Let's try that again, I guess. Oh, I think it's in. Okay. Continuing from here. Okay. back to whatever it was that we were talking. What were we talking about actually? Are there any more questions about my fish phobia? I think let me ask that first. Are there any more questions about my fish phobia? Cuz I think a year or two ago, if we went to a pet shop, I wouldn't be able to look at the fish section. But now, I'm able to look at fish better. Like, I've seen there's a lot of like exhibitions, I guess, for betta fish, and I've been looking at those because betta fish are really pretty. I just try not to look at their eyes. Really creepy eyes. Honestly, eyes are just creepy in general for fish. I think that's just a thing that's never gonna change. What about seeing dolphins? Oh, I've seen dolphins before. I think dolphins are a bit better. I think it's because their eyes aren't as. So I think it's because I can only see their pupils. Is it? They're only their pupils? Because it's. I think if I'm not wrong, it's just mainly black. So like the things that creep me out is when they have human-like eyes with the eye whites and all, but it's just a circular entity, I guess. And then it looks like there's nothing going on behind those eyes, not even elevator music. You know what I'm like when you see like a cat or a dog and they're just staring off into the sunset, you kind of can hear the elevator music going on in their head. With fish, that's not something that I can do. Like I don't hear elevator music coming out of it. It just feels like it's empty, completely and utterly empty, and that's what freaks me out, honestly. I don't know if that makes sense, because probably not, to be honest. But that's how I feel about fish. Okay, important question. Okay, what is it? What's your important question? While I'm trying to put this in, so this is not going in well, to be honest. I've been trying to do this for how many minutes now? What about Finding Nemo and Finding Dory? Are those horror films to you? Nope, they're not. I'm okay with cartoon fish. They're not scary. Shark Tale, they're not scary to me. But actual fish and those with sentience without sentience behind their eyes are creepy. Like cartoon fish, they do a great job of giving it emotion. It's not creepy. So, yeah, just realistic fish, honestly. That my thing is with realistic fish. So anything that's realistic is kind of creepy to me. It's just that it's not really a phobia, I don't think, honestly. I don't feel like it's a phobia. It's just a preference at this point, I guess. Cuz I've gotten over it a bit. I've gotten a lot better about fish. Why isn't it going in? Okay. So it's in the lack of brain activity that haunts you. Yeah, kinda. Like, I mean, there's probably brain activity. It doesn't show through the eyes, though. Honestly, it's creepy if there's nothing going on. Like, I mean, if there was nothing going on behind... Oh, that hurt. Behind, like, your pet's eyes. Wouldn't that creep you out? Oh, I think I did injure myself, because that's kind of sore. Oops. Sounds like you're on the road to recovery. Well, kind of, but like I still don't like looking at the eyes. I'm better with it. I still don't like it though. It's not going in. This is not going in. I don't know I don't know how to fix it. I'm getting kind of annoyed with this part of the damn build because it's not going in. Why? What have I done wrong? I don't want to cut into this because it's gonna be loose if I do. But I've pushed it so much, it's not going in. I don't know how to push this in any further. So, is a piranha your worst nightmare? I've seen piranhas at the aquarium. I didn't like them as much. It was the place that I saw them through was cool because it was like really dark in the cave. That was really cool, but I don't actually like looking at the face of the piranha. I don't know why it's not going in. I don't want to break this. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I go any harder than this. Oh, there we go. Okay. 2 more. Okay. 2 more. I'm gonna put both my feet up because my back is starting to hurt. Okay, okay. We've got this, guys. Anyways, yeah. So, actually, I don't know, I think you should have seen it from my Instagram. I'm not sure if everyone here has seen my Instagram, but like, yeah. I went to the aquarium kind of recently, and I was able to look at most of the fishes, just not that one. They had this one big preserved fish. Creepy as hell. Creepy as hell. It was huge. It could probably have eaten me in one bite, and they preserved that. And it was also kind of like, you know, like a mummy where it's old and dried up, kind of like beef jerky kind of thing. Yeah, it looked like dried up jerky fish. It was creepy, and it still had the eye in it too. I didn't want to look at that. I was not gonna. It was terrifying. But other than that, I was able to look at the fish pretty okay. I didn't enjoy looking at their eyes, but other than that, I'm okay with it. Oh, okay. Let me stretch. Oh god. Ah. I thought you weren't gonna redeem stretch anymore, by the way. I feel like the only way on a stream that I'm gonna drink is the hydrate reward. Because I don't usually think of anything when I'm streaming or building, honestly. Damn it, I forgot about the clacking. I'm sorry. That snip snap sometimes does scare anybody. I'm sorry. But I sound like an 80-year-old went to a chiropractor and then they did something wrong when I'm cracking all my bones. Because I'm pretty sure not a lot of people can crack almost everything. And I've impressed a lot of people. By impressed, I mean I probably scared them by cracking like half of my body. like I can crack my knees, but I have to like kick outwards. My ankles are pretty easy to crack. I can crack them over and over again. My wrists, I'm not sure if I can do it now. Oh no, not yet. But yeah, so when it's really stiff, I can crack it. In the morning, usually I can crack it. What else? Fingers crack is kind of normal. Elbows kind of. I can just kind of like that, but it's not as built up at the moment, so you probably can't hear it. Shoulders I can do by doing this, and then it'll crack here. Neck is, yeah, normal. Oh, what else? Waist is also kind of normal, right? Your toes, I can pull my toes and have it crack as well. I think that covers most of it, right? She said she can't crack her wrists yet. Like they're buffering. They're kind of like buffering, though. It's kind of like a build up, you know? Like in the morning when you're really stiff, or like after riding for a long while, you can probably. I can kind of do this. I don't know if you could hear that, but usually when I go like this, a little bit harder, it'll crack that way. But that one's really loud, and I feel like I'm gonna scare so many people if I do that. So I'm gonna attempt not to do that on stream. But yeah, I can crack most of my body, and I'm not sure why or how I found out I could. I think I was just like, this feels really stiff, and then I was stretching, and then suddenly it cracked. I was like, oh, I can do that. So yeah, I don't know when I found out I can crack these stuff, but yeah. Okay. This is the last one that I need to push in like this. I need it to work, cause I'm getting stressed out by this little thing over here. This little frigging funnels. Okay. Okay. Please. Just. Come on. Is it in? Oh, I think it's in. Oh, thank God. Okay. Do you just feel kaku all the time? Not really all the time. There are times where I feel it more than other times, and those times are when you get the best cracks. So like, oh, damn it! So like when you wake up in the morning, you gotta get a good stretch in, and then after work you gotta get a good stretch as well. I don't know how to get this out, but I've done it backwards. So everything else good? Okay. Yeah, everything else is not backwards, just this one. So I messed up. I don't know how to get this out. I legit don't know how to get this out. Okay, I'm going to scream. Okay. That gave me a heart attack. Well, what's up? Nothing much, just that. I need to put that in the other way around, cause I messed up. Plain and simple. I mess up a lot. That's a recurring theme here on the stream of mine. That is the only thing you can count on seeing every time I stream. That I'm going to mess up and then suddenly like scream a little bit. Well, not scream, like yelp, I guess is a better word. Cause screaming, I'm louder when I scream. And I don't want to bust anyone's eardrums because the mic is so close to my face. Also, even if it's not, right? My scream is very loud. And I don't want anyone to hurt their eardrums on my stream. I don't want to be liable to that. So yeah, a little Yelp, I guess. Okay. I feel like that's at least one thing that you guys can keep counting on whenever you're watching me stream. It's one. Another thing is, what else actually? I'm not sure. I feel like that's the only recurring theme on my streams, that when I mess up, you're going to hear me like stress out and yelp, maybe. Stress out is the more, what's it called? The more frequent occurrence, I guess. Rather than screaming or yelping. Just stressing out and panic. I think that's like the main thing. Oh, confusion. Yes, confusion as well. You can count on seeing me be confused for straight like 10-15 minutes each time, with intervals in between. And then suddenly something will confuse me again, and I'll be like, oh wait, is this what I'm doing? Am I doing this right? So yeah. Confusion and panic. The two emotions you will see me feel every time I stream. Ah, we're done with the fin funnels. Let's see what we need to do after that. Ah! I dropped one. Okay, let me grab it with my feet. Cause there we go. Cause we can do that because it's huge. Okay, we're on the last page. Okay, so do we just fold everything? We do. Okay. And then the longer one on the outside? No, the longer one on the inside. And then we attach to the back. These are our favorite parts of the stream. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying my confusion. Because that's great. Because at least I'm entertaining you guys. Wait, this one's... yeah, that one's slightly stiffer. This one. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll just do it this way then. Okay. They're all folded. I need to move forward now. Ah. Ah. Okay, ow. I poked myself on my drawer. Hold on. You have a question? What's the question? Okay, let's do this. Ah! The face! Oh wait, is the other part of the face attached? It's still attached. Okay, that's great. Please stick. Thank you for sticking face. Okay. When you mimicked your mother, you used a strong accent. Did I? Really? I'm not sure if I did, but okay. I think that's mainly because my mom doesn't have, like, for me, because 잠시만 주세요. 에? What? 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 Oh! Okay. That makes a semblance of sense. Okay. Do the younger generation sound more like you? It's hard to place, but it was more neutral. Okay. So, for me, since I've studied English since since I was, when, yeah? In kindergarten, so, since I was a toddler, I guess, basically, at that point. English has been the first language I've been truly brought up with, I guess. So I would learn English at school, and when I came home, I would also be encouraged to speak a lot of English to hone my skills, basically. And for my mom, she didn't really have that as a child. Her education had English in it, but it was not at the forefront of it. So, oh, okay, we're gonna make the display stand first before ending this, because that's the last one. Okay, so, because it wasn't at the forefront of her education, like, it wasn't a thing that the school, um, advertised as the main thing. It was kind of there, kind of not kind of education, and it was just like basic stuff. So, and also the main language she had when she was studying was Indonesian. So people around her talked to her and taught her with English that had very thick Indonesian influence and accent. Whereas for me, some of my teachers were American, or I think mainly American. Yeah. So some of my teachers were American, like they were actual native like people that were born in America, and then they came here to teach. So I picked up on their accents while they were teaching me, and then when I'm at home, I picked up on my mom's accent. So yeah, that's why. I'm not sure if the rest of like the younger generation sound more like me, but I know that like some of my high school acquaintances, they sound more like my mom with a heavier accent because they weren't raised with like English as the first and main language while I was. So I guess the difference is there rather than like generational thing. It was more um, if you were raised with English and people who were speaking with the American accent or a more neutral accent rather than with a Indonesian heavy accent. Because I was also like as a kid, I was brought up on Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and um, like the international cable basically. While my mom, she was brought up with local cable TV, and so were a lot of my peers apparently. I guess I was like randomly, randomly, um, heavily Americanized basically at this point, right? But yeah, so it's not really generational. I don't think it's more the way you were brought up. It's more environmental, I guess, if that makes sense. I think it makes sense. Yeah, baby, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. She's screaming. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. I'm sorry. um, and in which your English does so well. Well, I had a funny story where I'm the only member back then that does speak English. Oh, really? So my mom actually studied English at school and she was pretty good at English. That's why she can understand me pretty well. Fluffy! Fluffy! I'm sorry! Come here! Okay, so she could understand me, but she would reply to me either in Indonesian or in like Indonesian accented English, basically. So, yeah, there's that about my family, I guess. That makes sense. It is somewhat American. Oh, you can hear. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. My accent is definitely a lot more American rather than any other because of the mainly American teachers that taught me how to speak English. So that's why. But also, right, I've been I I've been what's it called? I've been listening to recently, I think I've been into um Russell Howard. I don't know if you know the guy. but I love his what's it called, his show. I love watching it, so there's that. So I might pick up a little bit of like British, but maybe not like the accent, but maybe some terms that he uses. So yeah. Fluffy really just said you haven't stroked me for hours. When are you getting off stream? That's true. She just loves my attention. I don't know what else to say about that, honestly. Wait, where's 3? They all look like 2. Okay, 3 is on this side. Let's do 3 and then 2 because they look kind of similar. Oh yeah, that show is good. Yeah. I also like his stand-up on Netflix. There were 2, but the one I remembered more is Lubricant. Yeah, I love his show. It's really fun. And I like that it's also available on YouTube, so like it's easy to access. Rather than like if it was just like paid or on cable, because I wouldn't be able to access it. My cable provider is like cutting off a lot of the other channels, so I only have a few. Baby, what's wrong? Hey, come here, come here. Baby? Baby? Sweetie? Baby? Pape? Pape, I can see you. Pape? Oh. She's kneading one of the dolls I got from a crane machine. Well, I didn't get it. My friend did, and then he gave it to me. Now it's hers. It's no longer mine. I feel sad about it because it's kind of ruined at this point. But, you know, she loves it, and it's not like I can just take it away from her while she's eating it. But it's broken. Stuffing is everywhere. There's holes now in the doll. So yeah. How old are the cats? I think 4. Fluffy, I'm not quite sure because we found her on the streets. She's estimatedly 4. Roughly estimation, like rough estimation, sorry. Rough estimation is like 4. Not 100% sure, but she's probably 4 because I think when we found her, well, when I found her, she was around like a few months old. So, there's that. For Molly, she's only a few months younger than Fluffy. Wait, what? What? Wait, this is supposed to be like movable though. It's a ball. Why can't I move it? What? What? Why can't I move it around? Hold on. I can kind of move it around, but like, not well. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. I'll just move it later. I'll ask my dad or someone else to take it off first. So we're not gonna use this as the way we're gonna display the thing, I guess. The funnels. Okay. I kind of want to take it off though. I'm not sure. I don't think I can do that. I don't want to break it. Ah! Ah! Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. No, it's not coming off. But yeah. Fluffy? She's at the door. She's kneading at the door. Oh, this is the thing about the cat. Oh, I got it off. Oh. Okay. Now here's the thing about the cats. So I don't know if this is interesting for you guys or not, but like, I guess it should be interesting enough. So when Molly kneads, she kneads with everything. So she'll sit like this, with her legs also stretched out like this. And how she kneads is she'll knead like this with the hands, And then for the legs, she'll follow the hands. So if this one's kneading, she'll wait, and then when this one goes, the leg on the left will lift up a little bit, but not enough to be like kneading. So it'll be like tapping like that kind of. But her face just looks straight ahead while she does that with her eyes closed. For Fluffy, when she's kneading, um, she will suck on something. So she'll bite on something and suck on it. And then she'll just use her hands to do it, while the feet, she'll use it to keep the thing in place, because she likes doing it to like dolls or something like that, or like blankets. And Molly likes to do it in like when you're not moving, so she's also not moving, so she just stays there, and then she needs either you, your blanket, your pillow, whatever, but she'll stay there and then she won't move. She'll just stay in that position for however many minutes that she wants to do this for, and then when she's done, she'll get off. For Fluffy, she'll take the thing. Last time it was a blanket, now it's a doll. It used to be my Blahaj, but I don't like her doing it to Blahaj because I feel bad for Blahaj. Anyways, um, it used to be a blanket, and with this doll, because it's kind of small as well, she could bring it around. So she'll she'll nip on the ear or an edge of the blanket. She'll start sucking on it while she's kneading, and then sometimes she'll bring it around while she's still kneading. So I don't know, I think that was interesting, I guess, because they're very different apparently, right? I did not really think that they would be that different in regards to like kneading, because I mean, it's not something you think about, but yeah, they're kind of different when it comes to kneading, I guess. What type of cats are they? Fluffy is like domestic cat, since I found her on the streets, you know. She's what we call here is like kucing kampung, but it's just basically a domestic short hair cat. Kucing kampung just means like, kampung is like, actually, I don't know how to explain kampung. Let's Google translate it. I don't know, I'm not sure what the translation is. Eh? Why is not... Google Translate does not recognize the word. Oh, could be... Kampung is kind of like village, similar to village. So the meaning is similar to village. And so basically, she's just like a normal domestic cat you'd see, run of the mill, basically. Why? Why are you screaming? Molly is a Persian cat, I think. Persian, either peak nose or flat nose, but we're not quite sure because she was given away to me because they had their my mother's friend's sister's neighbor had cats, and their cats mated, and they had too much by the end of it, and they wanted to give some away. And I asked for one, and they gave me Molly, but they never told me what kind of cat Molly is. So I don't think they know specifically what kind either, to be honest. So it's either peak nose or flat nose Persian. Baby! Babe! Babe! Fluffy is not normal, she's not. She's very smart though, honestly, to be frank, right? She's really smart. Babe! Hey! What is up? What is up with this? Why are you screaming? Oh, I'm not done with that. I thought I was done. Okay, so R3 and 2 again. But yeah, she's actually really smart. She learns a lot of tricks really easily too. She can do a high five. She can boop her nose to your finger. She can do a little fist bump. She can sometimes she understands come, like come here, or follow me, but not all the time. She's very finicky about that one. Um, she knows how to shake too, so she's really smart. But she's 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 the type to do things on her own terms, kind of cat. So yeah. Wait, is this? Or it is like this, and then it's this way. Does she wake you? She doesn't wake me for food because my mom gets up at 4, so my mom feeds her in the morning. Whereas for me, um, she doesn't really think about me if it's about food, because my mom's the one who mainly feeds her, because my mom is the one who's usually more on schedule about that. For like me specifically, if she misses me, I guess she will meow into oblivion, but I sleep like a rock, so I might not have heard her. But there are also times where she's really loud that I have no choice but to hear her. So she does wake me sometimes is my answer. But only when like she really wants attention, cuz otherwise she's not as loud as she needs to be when it comes to that. So I can always kind of ignore her in my sleep basically. So yeah. Cat trick stream. Okay. Maybe one day. I'll figure out if I can do that. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video instead, cuz that's easier to video. So maybe one day. I'll try. I'll try to video that. She knows how to get what she wants. Yeah, that's true. So she also knows when we're mad at her. She knows that when you're kind of looking at her in a specific way, or when okay, anyways, or like when you're raising your voice a little bit, she knows that you're not happy, and she tries to rectify whatever it is she's done, because she doesn't think she's done anything wrong, but she looks at you and she knows that you think she's done something wrong. So she will like blink, like slow blink at you, and then if that doesn't work, she'll start rubbing herself all over you to get you to forgive her. And if that still doesn't work, she'll just like lay next to you or near you while looking at you with her big doe eyes. So that's how she asks for forgiveness, and she knows we're suckers for it. So also she knows like when it's time for food, she will come to only like specific people, because she knows who gives her food, who will relinquish their food for her, and that is usually my dad. I told my dad, right, don't give her any more like too much human foods. Not only is she getting too chunky, like not that there's anything wrong with her being chunky, but I don't want her to be unhealthily chunky, you know. And also I don't want her fur to just like start falling off, because that could be something that happens if wait, what? 11. Oh, it's the back. Okay. Because that could be something that happens if we're not careful about the food situation. So I don't want her to be fed that many more human foods. But he still gives her human foods anyways. So there's that. I don't wanna get rid of that. Oh, I have to kind of get rid of the thing. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm too scared to take it off. But yeah, so we have the base and the stuff we can use to display it with the funnels now. How fun! Okay, that's great. Oh, we're done. Look at the guy. Let me show you the guy. Actually, let me change the thing first. Would you look at that? He's done. There's funnels now. And we have the stand. How nice. He looks very nice. I'm very happy about this build. Yeah, thanks. We love chunky cats. I know! I love chunky cats too, but... Oh, hold on, give me a second. I love chunky cats too, but I don't want her to be unhealthy, is the thing. Because, like, the foods that we eat, especially when it's takeout, not only do we not know exactly what goes into it, but, like, we don't know if there's, like, how much salt is in it and stuff like that, you know? And if there's anything that's dangerous for cats. And it's just not that great of an option, in my opinion, to do so. So that's why I don't really want to share human food with her. It just doesn't seem like a very great choice. I'm just scared that she's going to be hurt by the food. If it's like cat food, it's better, because at least we know it's like specifically for cats, so she'll be fine, you know. Human foods, on the other hand, you don't know what goes into them, like, specifically, unless it's labeled, which, if you get takeout, it's not gonna be labeled. There's no way takeout is gonna be labeled, right? So, yeah. So that's why I don't really want her eating human foods. But my dad still give her some human foods. But, yeah. That's why she only approaches my dad nowadays when it comes to, like, dinner. Because she knows he's the only one who's gonna give her any food. He's a sucker for her, and, like, he was against getting her, but I feel like that's, like, most Asian parents, I feel. Hi! Yeah. Anyways, yeah. My dad is a sucker for her. He didn't want to get her, though. I think when I first wanted to get Fluffy, there was a resounding no from my family. Everyone didn't want to have her around. Just because nobody thought that we were ready for a pet. And we ended up getting her because I advocated so much for her that my sister felt bad for me and she helped me get her. So yeah, I'm glad they all decided that it was a good idea to get a cat. But yeah. Anyways, I can't believe this is the first 3 hour stream. This is the first time my stream went over 3 hours. Went over 2 hours, almost 3 hours as well. Like, I think the last time I went like 2 hours, it was like 2 hours under 2 hours and 20 minutes, maybe? But yeah. Stream record, yeah! New one! Woo! It's only 3 hours though. People have gone a lot longer than I have. I kind of wanna, like, honestly, I kind of wanna try, doing, like, what's it called? Like a 24-hour stream? But I don't think that's wise. I have work and stuff. I don't think I'll be able to work if I do that. Like, I think I'll be way too sleepy to do that. Even though if, like, I'm working during the stream. But yeah. You've got the battle wounds to show for it. Yeah, honestly. Actually, they don't show. My thumb is pretty clean, considering. But yeah. Oh! I feel like... I don't know if this is visible. It's kind of visible. Like, if you see that small line, that's the cat. And if I turn, I'm not sure if I can show you my back, like... But there's so many scratches on my back. I have battle wounds from my cats. I have one on my stomach too. I don't know if I can show this. Like, I don't know. You see? There's that. This is a battle wound from my cat. And then I've got one across my chest as well. Like, I've gotten, like, axed during, like, a Viking battle, but it's a cat. And then my whole back, it just looks like I'm very into BDSM, TBH, but it's just a cat. Just, like, literally, it's just one cat. But it makes it look like I'm very into BDSM. cat's giving you back massages? No, it's not back massages. So she likes going out, Fluffy. She likes going out, but I don't want to let her off by herself. And leashes aren't really an option at the moment because she knows how to get off the leash, like the harness. She knows how to get out of the harness. Um, so I have to carry her. Even then, that's not like 100% security because she has clawed me to jump off me to run after another cat. But it is easier to stop her when she is in your arms. So that's what I've been going with lately. And sometimes when she sees something and gets excited, she claws me a bit to get off me, and that's when we know we're going back inside the house. So yeah, I have battle scars all over my back. Is that when you don't stroke them for a while and they punish you? No. They punish me either way. Like, I think so Fluffy likes to play. Like she likes to kind of like play, not really hide and seek, but she likes to catch stuff. So she likes to hunt. And sometimes when I run after her, it feels like we're playing tag, sort of. And so like I decided to like hide behind the couch. So I have a couch that's shaped like that. I don't know if this is visible. So it's shaped like this, like an OK. So, and it's like the distance between the fingers are kind of like this as well. And I was playing with her, and I decided I was gonna hide behind the couch, and I peered through the hole here, and then I was just like looking at her, and then she started like getting really excited. So she started like sneaking her way to behind that part, and then she looked at me for like 3 seconds. Her eyes got really huge, and then she bapped my face. So yeah, that's the cat for you. We need a cat walking stream. We can't walk her. I can't walk her. Let me like clear that up for a bit. We can't walk her. So she likes going outside, but she doesn't like going further from the porch. So like the porch is the maximum that she's willing to be carried to. But she's scared of going further from the driveway. I guess that's like her max is literally like the end of my driveway. That's it. But when she sees another cat, then all fear just disappears. If she sees like a prey basically, or like someone she's disputing territory with, she doesn't care. She'll just run. So it's not the best option to have her running free on the streets. Honestly, it's kind of scary for me to think about it because I don't know what she'll do to the other cats. And also, as I previously stated, there are snakes around here, and I don't want her to suddenly get snakes like attacking her. So yeah, she's got cat beef. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. She likes starting beef. I don't want to have beef with the neighborhood cats. I feel bad. I feel really bad for the neighborhood cats. I don't want to have a cat beef stream. I'm sorry. But like, she beefs with her sister a lot too, to be honest. She likes when Molly's like just lying there doing nothing, just enjoying her life, being the cat that she is today. Usually Fluffy will come on top of her and bite her. I don't know why. Like she'll just like Molly likes to sleep like this. So like with her hands like this and just like on her back like that. And Fluffy will just like get on top of her and bite her. Or she start licking everywhere, like trying to bathe Molly and help her out. But Molly doesn't like it. So yeah. You have to back her and find the other owner. The thing is, there's no other owner. She's just fighting random neighborhood cats. I feel bad for the other cats because there's no one to back them, you know? I guess that's why. But yeah. Naughty cats, yeah, they are kind of naughty. Fluffy is naughty in the way where she's like openly naughty, and she cares though when you reprimand her, when you tell her this is not right. you're doing wrong things, like you're being mean. She listens to you kind of. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, but she doesn't really mean it. She just looks at you like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. She's toxic. She's toxic. Molly though, she's kind of like the brazen naughty. I think that's the best way to put it. She's like the brazen type of naughty, where she doesn't care what you think. So she'll get up on top of the sink, on top of the stove. Um, she'll start scratching the couch, and then even when you're like, Molly, no, she's gonna look you in the eye and continue. So that's the difference. Fluffy, she knows. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? And then she'll try to ask for your forgiveness. We know Molly's just there like, try me, bitch. Like, what are you gonna do? Smack me? So yeah, that's the difference between them two. I feel like they're really different. Like Molly is really, really naughty. Well, Fluffy is like the naughty where she's like, I don't know. She's more open to being reprimanded. But Molly is nicer. She, like, if you cry, like if she knows you, she likes you, she loves you, and you cry, she'll come to you. So there's that. They run shit. They do. They are the boss. They are my boss. They are my boss, and I don't know where my bosses are. I know where one of them are. Where one of them is. I don't know where the other one is. I don't know where Molly is. I think she's outside somewhere. I have to cry after this to get her out of her hiding spot, to be honest. Also, if you live here, like, or near here, like, this is going to be a routine that you hear. Like, every night I have to scream into the void, like, Molly, and cry, so that she appears. And I know where she is, and I can close all, like, the doors that needs to be closed. Like, the kitchen door, the bathroom door, like, maybe a closet if there was one that's opened. But yeah. I think this is a bit too high. But yeah, you're going to, like, hear me, what's it called? Cry into the void. Because that's the only way to get her out. That's the only way that Molly is going to appear. Oh, mother, I'm here. Don't cry. And she'll start purring, and then she'll start needing me right away. She's that kind of a cat. She's really nice. Your neighbors must think you're crazy. I think so. I don't think they like me very much because I cry every night for Molly. And also, like, our back, like, I don't know what it's called. We have stairs to another floor at the back that isn't connected to our second floor, but it is the second floor. So, but it is outside, which we ended up making a storage space, and that one is kind of open. So if, like, I'm crying at the kitchen, it's gonna be louder for the neighbors that live behind us. I don't think they like me very much at that point. So yeah. But also, it's 12, is it? It's 12:30. I did not plan to go to stream for this long. Oh, my eyelashes are kind of gone. I maybe need to get them retouched. Anyways, yeah, so I did not plan to stream for this long, but I had a lot of fun streaming with you, like with chatting with you guys. Today's topics were fun. I didn't think that we would be exploring slugs. But yeah, I think I should end it though. I feel kind of like we've only got a few hours of the stream left. No! And we have 3 more hours if we're going for 6. But no, I'm getting kind of tired, and I think I'd be bothering people if I end up streaming for a bit longer. So yeah, I think we'll just end the stream here today for now. Thanks for joining. I really do appreciate it. I do enjoy chatting with all of you. And I enjoy our stupid conversation about slugs today. Also, next week maybe birds because that was suggested. So yeah. Glad to be here. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're here too. So yeah, thank you for joining the stream, and I guess we'll see each other next week again on the streams. Uh, Hopefully I have something to paint. If not, then we'll just do something upload related for Thursday. But yeah. Oh, thanks. But yeah, I think I'll end it here, and I guess I'll see you next week. Bye.